I'll send you a private chat.
Welcome to the show. All Things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dog father here. Gas by my side.
G'day, Doggies fans, All Things Bulldogs, Team Tuesday, and how's everyone going? G'day, Gas. What's happening, brother?
G'day, Michael. G'day, everyone. We're back, we're black, and we're ready to attack. Bring on the Broncos.
We're back in black, brother.
I'm black anyway. You sort yourself out, mate.
Thank God the pros are on. Oh, no. It's getting that bad, is it? Oh, God. Thank you, Brian. Lovely shout out. Go for a few chats early.
Must be some imposters out there doing some negative
So, Sayed, welcome to you, brother. The Kennel Podcast chat gave me a migraine. Holy shit. Sack Ciro this. Montoya's dirt on Ciro that. Bring every junior in this. And Critter is trash that. And who's... G'day, Ryan. So, just to let you know, the spin the wheel will be happening again. The amnesia is set in and ready for a big game this week, boys. That's it, brother. 100%. Brian's already put $10 in as well into I'll put my number up there. That's the pay ID. Means we get it all.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Brian.
So we're $15 in, $85 to go to the next draw. See if we can get there tonight. But let's get into it. Couple of things. I've got asked a few questions on stuff today, and I actually forgot what the question is, and I think it was from Sayed. I need to actually go and have a look what the question was. That's how good my brain's going. But look, I will say this, guys. When we lose to Parramatta, our fan base is always more angry, especially a lot of the old boys, my age, between the ages of 40 and 50, maybe 60 even, or older than that, who got pretty comfy, getting great results. The Dogs winning 4 comps. Within 12 years, we won 4 comps and finished runner-up twice. maybe. In a 12-year period, actually, that was in an 11-year period. Actually, it was in a 9-year period, if you look at it correctly, 1979 to 1988, 4 premierships and 2 runners-ups. So when you're getting that sort of return, you get a little bit entitled. And I hate to say that about people our age, but I think when we see Parramatta win, it makes us a little bit pissed off. And it's hard to do anything positive for the next few days. So anyway, enough about that. And it does flow onto the kids as well, and all these young guys who just act like young idiots. Winston, who's called, in my opinion, is more worried about hot dogs than the actual Bulldogs. And the fact that he sat there and tried to attack me on the amount of views that I get says everything about him. All I did was basically say, dude, you just said that the coach, Cameron Serrato, is a liar. And a few people are saying that, and I get that. That's their value system. They felt lied to. But he was talking about that Josh Curran has done reps at centre of training. I've seen it. So, he has trained in that position, and you'll know Jed Reardon's a second rower, been playing. Sasai Alatini's a second rower, been playing centre a lot. So I know I wouldn't have chose it. I'm not trying to offend anyone. It's not what I would have picked. But as I said, if you trust someone, no one else is going to tell you who you should trust. You've got to work that out yourself. And they thought that they could grind out a victory, get it sorted, and that would be that. It didn't work out that way. And what the coach has got to say and what he's got to spin, it's all meaningless, really. What they say to the players and what they say out on those things are 2 completely different things. They owe us nothing. It's all media commitments. Serrato does a pretty good job about it. Whatever, he doesn't have to be accountable and own up to shit. You know what I mean? He can do whatever the fuck he likes. He's the coach, and he's not going to sit there and throw his players under the bus and throw himself under the bus and whatever. I would have preferred Sewer. He played Curran. End of story. Sewer's playing this week. The question is, though, which we will talk about, and maybe that's a poll you can put up, Gas, while we're on the run.
No worries. Yeah.
Will Critter play on the left or will he play on the right? Not what you prefer him to play, where you think he will play is what the question will be. So we'll get that one on the run. I really don't care. I think both sides make a good case. Plays on the left with Sewer, best defensive centre with a rookie, or plays on the right with Montoya. Maybe gives Montoya a bit of confidence to go out and have a fucking great game. To from his own standards, he would be unhappy with his form. I think that it's not going to take much for him to get it back on track. But if he can't, he knows that these young fellas are breathing down his neck. And I was in a way, I was really glad that I shouldn't say it, but I was glad Sewer sort of got the opportunity to come on and show what he can do in the contact and everything like that. And how he's able to finish off that move and pin the ears back. And I think it would have been great for him. And I think it would have been good for the coaches to see that as well. So Carraz gets another few weeks break. What's happened on the chats, brother?
Yeah, mate. There's a few comments about a few other chats out there. So Sade's got another one. Fans are so fickle. I told my brother today when the Waz lost to the Tigers, Waz fans called for mass exit of players. As a neutral, I sat there and realised it was an off game. These things. Week after week,
cultural thing. Yeah.
Yeah, week after they did great, and everyone went back to praising said players. Every fan base is harsh on their own team, but a neutral can see players have off days. It doesn't mean they need to be sacked. 100%.
What I'll make is one point is that when Tanner Boyd's playing there with Chance Nickel Klodstad, they're undefeated.
Yep.
When the player that was the excuse for him not going ahead with last year, a 5'8" that was manufactured into a halfback that took a few games, got it cranking eventually, their first choice player, when he come back, they lost a couple of games.
Yeah, he is their best player. Once he's ready, he's their best player, though. Once he's ready. He was instrumental in getting them into the top 4 last year, and they only fell out of the top 4 when he got injured. So you can understand a coach showing loyalty, but sometimes, obviously, it needs a couple of weeks. Same thing happened at the Tigers with Luai coming back. Madden was doing very well. They hadn't lost, and then he came back, and then, obviously they had a loss against Brisbane. So it's it happens out there. You got to show the loyalty. Luai is also the captain, and these things happen. So,
I just think with Dewey and Madden, they just played very. Dewey played a 5'8" role, and Madden played a halfback role. Whereas when it's Dewey and Luai, it's like they're definitely the 2 best players.
Yeah,
but does it work as well? Found out why Sauce is, I just saw on the team update just then when I had a look, he's actually got suspended a couple of weeks ago. So that's why he hasn't been a part of things. It's so funny when you're hearing people on social media going, why wasn't Sauce on the bench? Why wasn't, like, the coaches lost it? Well, he's suspended, mate. That's why. But that's Ronaldo's fault as well, I suppose. Who's that from? Is that Champion, Mike? Are you here, brother? Thank you, Matty Warren. I love it too. I might put Gas's one on there and we'll get you to vote between the 2 songs. Gas's one sounds like it's sung by Nickelback, but it's got some really nice lyrics and he put a lot of work into the lyrics. And made it more about the Bulldogs and the team and stuff, not just about me and Gas, where I'm like, well, it's all about all things Bulldogs, Gas.
I try to be inclusive, guys. It's about the team here, guys. It's about the team. Thanks,
so
Mike.
Look, guys, we're $30 up, 70 to go. Let's do it.
That's all right, guys. Only in the first 10 minutes. Good job so far, guys.
Did you see we had your crying at the start of last week's potty, mate? Did you see that?
Me?
No, Mike.
Oh, Mike. Oh.
Yeah, he was the one that was
okay, yes. Now, that Mike, yes. The passionate Mike after the Penrith game.
Yeah, he rang me up after the game. I'll tell you what, Mike, there's some fucking must have been old mates of yours, but they were giving it to you on some of the posts. I deleted them though. Some toxic shit on there, mate. That's what I mean. Like, you're going to get that. Oh, it's only round 1 and all this sort of shit. It's only round 3. Who cares? It's about
wins a win.
Passionate supporter.
Yeah.
Everyone writing us off, and he knew our boys were going to go out there and fucking win the game, and they did.
Yep.
And he couldn't contain himself, and that's what it's about, mate. It's about because this club, nothing's easy for this club ever in any era. Even when we were the entertainers, when we were winning comps, we had to earn everything with teams that everyone said weren't fucking good enough. Oh, Sterling and Kenny are better than Mortimer and Lamb.
Yeah.
No, they fucking weren't. Not when it counted, they weren't.
When did the Blues first win Origin? Who was the captain?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who cared enough?
They needed the toughness, mate. Yeah, that's it, mate. They needed the toughness. The Bulldogs always been the tough teams, mate. Tough, fight through anything. Bring it on,
boys.
That's it. Turvy. But guys, I mean, look, the way Mike was carrying on after that Penrith game was pretty much how we were all feeling. I mean, if I got busted on the TV, if you noticed at the end of the game, I had the banner in my hand, but I was bouncing like a kid. I don't give a shit. It was an exciting win against Penrith, and I was bouncing as if I was a 6-year-old. Didn't think I could still do that. I was bouncing nonstop. I saw the replay. There I was. I was like, okay, well, I was excited. Who cares? Round 6 or round 10 or grand final, we get excited, guys. So,
My mum made this for me out of 2 Bulldogs washes that she bought.
Wow.
And then made me a pillow. God bless her soul.
That's it.
Let's get passionate, boys.
Keep that close, mate.
Thank you so much, Tony. My dad's name Tony as well. Well, he was Tony. Showy 68. He's a legend. He won the $40 last week. We got hold of him.
That's it.
And he's already given $10 back. So thank you so much, brother.
Amir's saying he heard Dean Mariner got injured at training today. Anyone heard that? I've seen that same post as well. That he got injured at training today. So not sure if that means he's going to play or not play, but it doesn't matter, guys. We're going to play whoever they put on the field. So put them on, put them all on, put none of them on. I don't care. Bring them on. Let's go.
So what are we up to? How much money we got already? $40. Thanks, guys. I might put yeah, that's right. 40. 60 to go. People. Oh, you sent the post on Mariner. Thanks, brother. You sent it to me phone. Oh, my missus is watching on Facebook. Hey, Renee. Love you. I'll do the Fatty Vorton.
Oh, my God. The bloody head wobble.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. All right, people. I just had KFC tonight. Fully back in this club, always.
Don't want to be in your room, mate. Don't want to be in your room, mate, when you start dropping a few.
Hey, I'm James. Who the fuck are you?
Don't forget, guys, if you want to do some of these, you can do a pay ID to that number there, guys. Always helps. It means that we can give more back to you guys.
That's it.
So
that's it.
Uncle, keep it away from the billionaires.
Uncle Raja. That's it, Timmy. Say good day. Oh, the energy comment you made. Oh, yes, the energy. Look, guys, if trainers and coaches could bottle a preparation that's really good, and one thing I've heard about with the Bulldogs is that when they nail their preparation, they generally go and nail the performance. Like a lot of coaches are left dumbfounded. It's like because they've had their, they'll have these great preparations and then they'll fail on the day and whatever else. And Gas was talking a little bit about maybe some of the warm-ups are a bit late or whatever. And I didn't really comment because I don't know. But what I will say is that some of the preparations have had issues this year, so that where they've struggled. They haven't been as fluent and it's not through a lack of effort or application. It's just been execution's been off, timing's been off, stuff like that. But I heard in the performances where I think the first 3 weeks was a real struggle, the first 3 games, and then they started to get back on track. And apparently the Penrith one was brilliant. And I don't know anything after that. But, bottling it you'd be a millionaire if you could get it right. But energy, like we talked about this, and it's not an excuse, but this happens all the time, right? Like you see this I'm not saying what about the other teams. It's just a genuine reason. Players don't always back up. even if it's 10 days later. Sometimes they play better 5 days after a game than they do with a 10-day break. It's not consistent either. It's one of these things that you just can't ever fucking capture and understand properly. And as I said, for me, the biggest issue was the connection in the middle for periods of that game allowed Parramatta to get into positions where they could compete on kicks and stuff like that. And that is why, and they did compete and they won those competitions and scrambles for balls 4 times. As Gas said last in the review, everything they did turned into points. Anything that happened for them turned into points. So as far as the energy goes, it's hard to understand where it goes and when it's going to come back. Obviously, they came together for that Penrith game. And as we also said, not everything went right in that game either. There was a lot of things that went wrong. And there were times where the common denominator for our bad performances this year has been making errors. We're a high completion team and we haven't been completing, right? And sometimes it hasn't even been through expansive play a lot of the time. Like we against Souths when we're against trying to come back and that was sort of understandable. But last week, like we're dropping the ball on the first tackle after a try, or first or second hit up after a try. There's been errors everywhere across the park over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and that's been costing us big time. Someone actually raised it as well, Gas. So why isn't anyone talking about the errors? It was a really good point because it's actually been the errors and we've started giving away penalties. First 2 rounds were nearly perfect with penalties and stuff and discipline. Since then, it's been really bad. So
it's fallen off,
for about a month. So we have to get those stuff right. That doesn't mean the coach has lost the room. That just means that there's things they've got to work on to make sure they're better in those parts of the game, or we're not going to fucking win many games. And we'll be sitting here defending a team that's indefensible. So that's it. That's it. That's all, guys. Have a good night. Go the Dogs. What's happening?
Okay, mate. Okay. So we've got a few comments here. So do you think the Dogs will re-sign Alex Conte?
I know they've got a huge opinion of him. I spoke to one of the people in the club, very high up, probably about just after Vegas, and said they just are wrapped in this kid. But that doesn't mean he'll stay with us. I think Braith's been pretty. This is what I don't get about Braith with the Galvin stuff, because he knows that this halfback academy is pretty good at the Dogs, and his boy is thriving in it, and we're seeing it. The performance of Alex Conte on Sunday afternoon was, in my opinion, one of the best halfback performances I've seen in that grade for a long time. Individual performances. Now, Parramatta weren't at full strength and they're struggling a little bit. So it was obviously, it wasn't the hardest game.
Third string Parramatta team.
Yeah, that's it. They were struggling a bit, and they still scored 24 points on us. But we did have a lot of different players in the side, which happens, and the team has been out of form in Cup the last couple of weeks. Been really poor. But he played an amazing game, and he's been rewarded with a trip to Brisbane, I'd say. Even if he gets pulled out of the team, I would suggest he will get on the plane Friday night and play Cup 6 p.m. on Saturday. So
the Cup doesn't play till Saturday.
Hey? What's that?
The Cup don't play till Saturday, the following day, so there is time for them to come back.
Yeah, that's right.
So there is time if he travels, but I feel like they'll make a call on him the day before if he's going to travel or not. Good chance he may not travel, but I think he's been rewarded for his performance, and so he can be up with the big team this week in training and just bring a bit of positivity to the guys. But I know a few of us want to talk about sort of when we talk about the teams, the fact that Jethro's on the bench. Is there going to be any late change? There's always that possibility, guys. I wouldn't say no. If Jethro ended up starting for Montoya, I wouldn't be surprised. But when you look at what Seraldo's done in the past, when he has dropped someone, like what he did with Cherry, he's just taken him out altogether. So generally that's what he does. So he makes it clear, so Jethro knows you're starting, etc. Move on. But the other way to look at it is he might want to just bring him in a little bit under, so everyone's expecting Montoya. They can focus on him, and then he might do that late change, in the team just before the start. So there's more than one way to look at it, but all options are on the table. I feel if he's going to go that way.
I don't think he's going to pick Jethro, but that's just my opinion.
The only way he'll pick him,
history tells me he's not picking. History tells me that he's not picking Jethro this week. He's got Sewer in there for Carraz. Part of the reason for putting Curran in was just not wanting to disrupt everything, and keep things the same as much as they could. As that might sound ridiculous, but that was the mentality. And I just think that Critter will come in to make an extra change. I think Montoya is going to get another chance. It's only round 8. We start to see between round 8 and round 12, if coaches aren't happy with things, that's when they start to tinker and think, all right, who's earned my trust and who's lost it for the time being. And, it'll be interesting to see where Critter and Cherry line up. I think that's going to be, I'm happy either way. I think there's to support Sewer on the left would be important, but I'd also back Cherry to do that as well. So, and I just think Cherry, that's worked well the last couple of weeks, him being back on the left. If Serrao doesn't if he puts Critter there and we lose and things go wrong, he's going to be heavily criticised for it. We know that. Left with Sewer, right with Montoya. So people think you'll go to the right.
Yeah.
I think you'll go to the left.
I would be keeping Cherry on the left. He's been doing well. You think Critter will go left?
I would keep Cherry on the left.
Right for this.
I'd keep Cherry on the left just because I've was just like everyone else with the eye test, was just used to seeing Critter on the right. I enjoyed it. When he moved to the left, I was excited to see what could happen. Cherry's done a good job there. I think for the balance of the team, bringing Sewer in, I think it would be, I'd agree with the majority, with the 75 or 80% of fans, 83%, that whack Critter on the right with Montoya. That would be the less disruptive. It definitely would help Serrao with some of the crap that he's copping in the media, that's for sure. Well, social media and our fans more so than the actual media. And but I also back the fact that the coach should never be listening to criticism, should never be listening to fans. The only criticism would be coming from Gus, maybe for some board members or who might not understand and want to know more. Maybe from if one of the trainers, if Mick Potter, come in and said, I really reckon that's the wrong idea. If Jason Taylor believed it to be wrong, if Adam O'Brien believed it to be wrong. They're the people who need to not be yes people, and I know none of them are. From what I've been told about all these people, they say what they believe. They're not there to stroke anyone's ego, that's for sure. And Serrao hasn't aligned himself with yes people. He wants people to tell him what they think. And if he goes against that, he owns it. But they might all agree with what Serrato wants as well. They might be the ones pushing it. It's a team effort, and he's the one who's going to live and die by his decisions. And as I said, if one of us fans who believes we can do a better job, and if we go apply for the job and get the job, just say Gas goes and applies for the job, I'm going to support Gas as the coach. I don't care. If they bring Barrett back, if Anthony Seabold walks in, I'll be like, please no. But if he gets the job, I'll be like, what? There's nothing I can do about it except get behind him and fucking show him what being a Bulldog's all about. You know what I mean? That's what I believe.
The coach is like the weather, mate. You can't control it. You just got to deal with it, whatever comes, mate.
That's it. That's
All
it.
right.
No point bitching about it and carrying on just to advance
carry on.
social media career.
Hours that it's been raining. You just got to deal with it, guys. That's it. You know, like I put a jacket on.
Timmy Sauce is suspended, brother.
Suspended.
Let's get through these, Gas.
Yeah.
G'day, Yaki. Tim
Conti will travel for the experience, come back and play the next day.
Yeah, I reckon he'll travel too.
G'day, Andy.
G'day, Andy. Can't wait to see you on Friday, brother.
Are you going to be working on Friday, mate, on the ground, or what are you going to be doing?
He starts his shift at 9:30
in the morning.
In the Arvo.
Oh, in the Arvo? Oh, okay. Oh, after they because I'm saying, isn't he setting up the ground?
He's probably pulling it down. Maybe they do that. I don't know.
Because they got the extra stuff for the Anzac. That's why this week.
He knows where I'm sitting. I've sent him where that is.
No worries.
Gate D for me. What about them Kangaroos? Am I right? Yeah, brother. Go the Kangaroos. The boys came with too much confidence to be top four side. We can't lose these type of games. Well, I'm going to put it to you another way.
Bardur.
Would you rather beat all the teams under them, all these teams that you expect are going to finish bottom four and the bottom half of the comp, or would you rather beat the sides that are the real deal through this period, and then when you get that confidence and then you make your run home and everything, you understand your team, your attack, everyone knows what to do. You've got these moves, you're going to use, and they're going to come off. And then you start smashing these sides in the second half of the competition. We banked points last year. It was all done differently. This year, we had a bye every sort of 6 weeks, every 6 or 7 weeks last year. This year, we've had a bye after 2 games, after going to Las Vegas. So we've got 2 buys really close together in the middle of the year. So that takes planning, guys, right? That takes different planning. As I said, these guys just don't run on the field and say, give me the football so I can have 24 runs, and and I want to kick and I want to do the try assist. They work to a plan. They then have to deal with the opposition's plan, and then the outcomes land where they want to land. And and some people need to put their hand up a little bit more than others. But these things it's a much different plan for us this year. And I keep saying it and I'll keep repeating it. Gus told you all. He goes, the coach didn't like this second round bye bullshit. He didn't like it to start because it meant he's had to change things. So maybe they are learning stuff here that they haven't had to encounter. He's basically had the same sort of structured season since he's come to the club. So now he's got to sort of do it differently. And what we hope is that when we get into the business end, that we are actually thriving and we're confident and we've beaten some big sides. And then when we play Parramatta again and we play the Dragons again real late in the year, we annihilate those teams. although I think the Dragons by that point have probably got nothing to lose and are just playing, and sometimes those teams are very dangerous in the back end.
Let's keep moving through these, mate.
Let's keep going.
Do you have Conti ahead of Woods? Too early to say, mate. Wait till Woods comes back and we see how he's going, and then we can make that call. It's always easy to say that about someone when they're not there. So what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So,
2 words on that. 2 words on that, Gas. Yes, I do, because he's playing.
That's it.
Woods is injured.
That's it. Well, he's in front, but until Woods comes back, he has to re-earn his stripes, mate. So
and he'll be given the opportunity because of how they hold him. So,
Matty, we won more when there were less teams. Expansion sucks. Timmy
Good
Reynolds
point.
proved how important he was for the Broncos last week. We'll need to have a strong defensive mindset to shut Reynolds down. Take away his time like we did against Cleary. Yeah. So that was a direct approach that we did. We're going to have to do something similar. We can't allow him to ambush us like he did in Brisbane last year, even though it was in the rain.
We need to bully Ezra Mam as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll just bully him as well from the side, guys. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Jethro in for Montoya. Let's see how that goes.
No, it won't happen.
Shoei's saying he'll play on the right. Vote with your feet, mate. That's it. Don't forget, like Montoya at the moment, he'd want to shore up a defensive side. So, when Sewer last played for the Bulldogs, it was in the trial, and he had Critter on his right, and they played well together. There was that moment. So there is going to be different ways to look at it. The other thing is,
your sound's coming in and out, Gas.
Cherry played the whole of last year. I think Cherry will stay. Yeah, sorry, mate. I think I'm back.
Maybe that. All right. Yeah, you are. I think the internet.
Yeah, so there's a few different ways to look at it. If you can hear me, I'll say. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
It's all right. We're on hotspot today, guys. We'll have internet back tomorrow. Yeah, so Cherry played last year with Montoya on his left. I don't think that's going to happen again this week because I think Sewers is playing on the left and he's more comfortable on the left at the moment. So
Sewers playing
left. I still think Critter might be moving to the right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like Critter will play on the right for me anyway.
Sewer play left and
don't
know where Critter will play.
Yeah. Cherry will be inside him. Interesting question after the Cherry drama. Yep. Montoya should piss off his podcast and concentrate on football. I think that's what it says there.
Oh, look, mate. People are saying that to the Storm boys as well because they've lost 5 in a row, but they made 2 grand finals while they were doing podcasts.
I haven't heard much about that. I haven't heard much about that at all. Is it because they're in Melbourne? I haven't heard about their 5 in a row loss. I hear about us when we lose 1 game, but not 5 in a row. I don't know. I heard a lot about the Dragons this week. Bulldog Mike. Not being smart, but we lost Montoya last year after the Hines tackle. We replaced him with Jethro, and while he did his best, he wasn't as good as Mas. Montoya will do the hard carries. The only thing is, at the moment, I just feel like Montoya is slightly out of form. That's the only thing. I'm not saying, when I said on the review, whether he should be replaced, sometimes players are out of form. It happens. You come in and out of form, you play well, you get your confidence back. He might score 2 tries this week, get his confidence back, and he's red hot, and he's just rolling off that. At the moment, you could just see. I'm watching his body language even off the ball at the game. He just looks like he's just second guessing himself. There's just that bit of hesitancy, and that affects a player sometimes. You just sort of try to be too perfect, and you make mistakes without wanting. He needs to free up a bit and just back himself. And I think hopefully, if he's got Critter on his side, he might get a few more opportunities and maybe bag a couple of tries and get his confidence back. And then everyone will be talking about how good he plays and why Montoya should be in the team. So because that's what our supporters do.
Jethro's only 20 years old too, guys.
Correct.
2 years ago, he was about 8 inches shorter, or 3 years ago. Like he is, he's always sort of played up a grade, and the first try he got in Cup last week, catches the ball 5 meters out. There's 3 people on him, and he just literally just pushes them, holds the ball in one hand and just pushes them 3-on-1, and then just moves them out of the way and scores.
Determination.
So he's pretty strong. He's quick over that 10 meters. He hugs his wing really well. When he does come in, he crunches. I love saying crunches cunts. Sorry. Crunches people. Edit that out, please, Mr. Editor. I need to do it because, apparently you get more advertising revenue if you don't swear, apparently. Who would have thought?
I'll be a poor man.
You get $7 instead of $6 per episode. But it all adds up, guys, it all adds up, and it pays for what we do. So that's the main thing. But the point I wanted to add, I think Parramatta had a lot of confidence when they saw Curran out there. And I think some of our players on that right edge, I think that would have messed with Montoya's mind a little bit. I think that like they were doing movements and stuff and drills that they'd done down that right edge, and it just wasn't happening. They're all over the shop. Struggled to sort of get Presto in the right spots. Eventually made a break. Late in that second half. So I do think that all the players in that team on that side were affected a little bit by I don't know if they had the same trust when push come to shove as they probably thought they were going to have or wanted to have. As I said, I thought they probably thought they were going to come out there and just grind out a victory against a Parramatta side that they probably thought was going to try and get back to basics. And in a way, the Parramatta side did that. They all just worked hard. They ran as hard as they could. They tackled as hard as they could. They didn't try too many, that Brian Kelly kick. That's a last play sort of option, and just trying to keep the ball alive. And Joe Ash is there on the spot to score. And well done to Joe Ash Papali.
Got a good bounce as well.
Got a good bounce. That's what I mean. And then they got the thing off the kickoff. And then they had some kicks that they competed for, and we dropped the ball. Like, that's how it went, guys. It wasn't. We were down a little bit in areas, and that's what I'm saying. We're only down a little bit in some areas. It might seem like a lot. They're just little bits. You can see Harry Hayes punching the ground. Like Jacob Preston missed that tackle.
Yeah.
Just
both furious at each other, at themselves more than anything. But I don't think Critter being in the sort of opportunity to potentially play most of that week would have also been something in their mind. And then when he came out, and then when Toala went out, it would have just been a little bit of a, here we go again, losing both our centres in their mind subconsciously without wanting it to be that way. Anyway, it is what it is. The coach made the decision he thought was best for the team. We've spoken about our theories on Curran playing. My only feeling was if you've been out for 3 weeks and you expect someone to play sort of 80 minutes in a position where there's a lot of sort of running to do and covering, and because as a centre, he can't be lazy coming back from the kicks that go downtown. He has to be one of the first ones back to help the guys run off their line. Where if you notice some of the forwards, they'll just stroll back, 2 or 3 tackles later before they get behind the play. So that's a lot of effort for 80 minutes for a centre. And that pass that he got where Addo Carr got him That was a hospital pass, guys. It didn't matter who was going to catch that pass. They were going to get a copper hit. Probably could have just reeled it in, but it was going to cop a hit no matter what. And obviously he got hit exactly where he was injured before. And that's why he was down initially. He needed to just get his wind back because that's exactly in his rib cartilage where he was hit before. And that would have hurt him for the rest of the game. Every time he would have had to put his arms up above his head, even to catch a ball like the one that he dropped, that would have been that thought of someone coming in and hitting him there again would have been there. So your body always protects you when you're injured in those instances. So that's why I think he probably shouldn't have been in that position because of the fact that he wasn't, perfectly fit and firing. So keep moving through some of these chats.
Let's just rush through and say hello to a few people. G'day, Joby.
G'day, mate.
Matty Warren. Yep, Blue Eyes uninstructured, 100%. I fucking hate Brisbane, mate. I hate Brisbane. G'day to you, Amir. And thank you again to you, Tony. Much. We love Mike's passion. What do you reckon about that? Steve Mortimer should be an immortal, Gas? 100%.
Yep. He's on the list, mate. Don't worry. He's on the list.
Yeah, Fleg's been good to watch lately, so I'd be interested in seeing him go this week as well. I'll get the Fleg in the New South Wales Cup and Ron Massey teams up in a moment. Ron Massey have had 2 wins and 2 losses to start the season, and they had a lot of their SG Ball players play last week, and they beat Glebe, Dirty Red, 16-6, which was a big win. It's never embarrassing to be overjoyed, Gas. G'day,
Love
Chris.
it.
Welcome to you.
Love it. Unless you get busted on the camera.
Apparently, Mariner hurt his knee, didn't finish the session. And who's this from? Bulldog Mike.
Bulldog Mike. Welcome back.
God, we're behind a lot, bro. Sorry about that, guys. So we're up to what, $50, guys? We're halfway there. Well, I need to have a little John Bovey button that I just go, we're halfway there, living on a prayer. Thank you, Mike. Big thank you to you, brother. And Callahan was busy in Massey. He certainly was. And CJ Uday actually got to be the 19th man for Jersey Flag, or 18th man. So that was really good for him to get to run around in that grade for the first time with Josh Jackson. Apparently he loved it. All right, well, you click on them now, mate. I just wanted to say hello to some people.
You're all right, mate. You've taken it too far down. All good.
Oh, you can go back. Keep going back. I just wanted to click
all
off
good,
here.
mate. All good, mate. Just trying to get it back to where we were, mate. Okay.
Oh, what's Matty saying here? Renee, stop messaging me. I'm watching the podcast.
Ready for a strong bounce back. Timmy's got his new jersey arriving tomorrow.
Oh, that's always a big day, Timmy. Always a big day. It's a great day when you get your jersey.
And Mike was just commenting on the celebrations. Unbelievable feeling. We haven't beaten them for like 10 years. So much built up emotion. But I have every game we win. That's it. Probably have the energy every game he wins.
It's never easy. It's never bloody easy, is it? Andrew McDonald, is it true Terry Lamb is making a comeback? Maybe.
At which point do we break the salmon man dynamic and look at another possibility? When there's a better option? Preferably an 80-minute option for one player would be the best ideal option to save a few interchanges. Although we only used 6 interchanges the other day, we did have a couple of free ones. But, but yeah. And we had a forced substitution as well for Carraz, but still an 80-minute option that's going to be solid, and it could happen this year, guys. Who knows? You never know. Somebody gets up and running and starts playing well. Fino Lacho, who never know, whoever it might be. I don't know.
I think Galvin's that player.
Eventually, yeah, eventually, 100%. 100%.
That could be 2 years away.
Yep.
Changes a lot of things, though, if you got to play and go 80 minutes and dig in deep, pass like a halfback, run like a bloody centre or a prop.
How good was that try he scored? That determination, guys. That's the kind of stuff that starts to separate you from that's the kind of play you see from those. Andrew Johns used to do that. You should just grab the game while the scruff and they can say, I'm going to score here and bang and just do it. Some of the best players have done that. So that's great for his own confidence and growth to do something like that and try to pull the team back.
Someone made the point too that just before he did that, he threw a shocking pass. And they're making the point that he just keeps taking shots. He keeps
James Maloney.
Yeah, James Maloney.
Goldfish.
That's it.
Goldfish, yeah.
He's got the goldfish brain, and Gus. That's what Gus loves. He loves people that forget about their mistake and go out there and chase the game constantly. And he knows he's got to learn that balance right as well. But that was Nathan's problem. Nathan's problem was that he used to beat himself up all the time if he got things wrong, and he sometimes go into his shell. So what they had to teach Nathan is that you got everything you do, your left jab works, you keep throwing your jab, but when you throw your right hook, if you miss, don't worry, you can throw it again. It's all right. Whereas that's been his learning curve, and that's why James Maloney was brought to the club to teach him that. And I think that's probably a good thing for all the halves to have that mentality that to keep taking shots when, okay, I shot, I missed, I've got more bullets to fire. It's all right. It's okay.
It reminds me of an old soccer coach when we were young. He used to tell us every half of football he wants us to take 10 shots at goal.
Yeah.
If you're not shooting, if you're not having a go, you're not going to score. So he wanted us to have 10 shots of goal every half. And it was, when you think about it later, you think sometimes you keep trying to set up for that perfect play, you never take a shot. So just keep making sure that you're taking those shots, and eventually, we had some good results. Hazem El Masri was in that team too, so he was always good at shooting. What I want to ask is, if a team can win, for example, 10 in a row, or it can't be done, if they can, what makes the team go on a winning streak? A lot has to go their way. Injuries, form, look at the origin period. People can be decimated. So anyone who's winning 10 in a row is going to be a top team. Might have players missing in that period. Penrith did 5 in a row, and people were talking about an unbeaten season. It finished in the next game, and they got away with the win the other day, against the Dolphins. Even though they were leading comfortably, they were behind late in the game. Dolphins were running downhill against them. So it happens. It's hard to win, guys. Every game, people keep trying to look back at last week, last year, you can't keep looking back, guys. Every game has to be treated on its own merits, as its own, technically like a test match. New game, whatever it might be, whatever you did the week before is always irrelevant. It's great. Put it in the kitty, celebrate it if it's a win. Condemn it if it's a loss, but just move on. Next game, you got to start again and put the same. If the moment you're not on in the NRL, you're going to get beat. Doesn't matter who you are. You get booed by your own team like Parramatta did the week before against Titans, or you'll get coaches sacked. You'll get whatever is going to happen. Happens to every team. Look at the Roosters. They were down, 24-12 at halftime and came back and smashed the Knights. I mean, every game you have to be on, guys. If you're not on, you're going to get beat. So Timmy's talking about the rule changes that they spoke about on 100% footy. I didn't actually watch it. I'm not sure if you saw it.
That's look, we're always talking about that. They've been talking about the season being too long for the last 20 years. They've been talking about injuries. Game speeds up, more injuries. You slow the game down, there'll be different injuries because of that. That's the thing. It's hard to get it right. I just roll with the punches. There's things I'm not happy about, but a lot of the narratives that they talk about aren't because they want to improve things. It's because they just want to have narratives to talk about. Because if they really wanted to improve it, they'd go a lot harder at it. Now, I think last year, Andrew Johns finally got sick of it and started making some really big points about accidents and mitigating circumstances with contact and all that sort of stuff. And we finally, the end of the season, I felt went flawlessly with the mitigating circumstances. I just think it was so overdue and so well handled. And I think that's sort of continued, but we are getting towards magic round when they tend to go, all the eyes of the world are on us. We need to start sin binning head highs again. Look, some of the sin bins that they've done for the head eyes too, I think Jaden Sewers, you can't do nothing about that. Send off. Yeah. Okay, whatever. But if it's accidental contact, I don't see how you should ever sin bin a player. But that's our world, isn't it? You know? Manslaughter versus murder. If they don't die, well, you've accidentally hurt someone. You might not go to jail, but if they die, you go to jail. Anyway, sorry if that's a thing. Showy, boys, what about 19-day break, then the 9-day break, and again last week a 9-day break? That's way too much. You would have played that game you had twice. Yeah, very good point, brother. Very good point, Tony.
5-day break might suit us this week, guys.
Hopefully.
And if you notice, the NRL's sort of instigated the teams to make sure they're abiding by the law of how much contact can be had at training. So if you've got a 7-day sort of gap between your team, you can only do up to 100 minutes of contact training in that week. And it drops down to 40 or 50 minutes if you've got a 5-day break as well. So, and there is also adjustments for the women's game as well. But for the men's game, which we worry about, only 100 minutes, guys. And it's up to the teams to enforce that. And it can be audited because every training is recorded for head concussion purposes. So there's always drones and things happening where people are watching everything. So they're talking about too much injury happening to the players. And at the moment, my understanding is 20% of every team's, like overall, 20% of the players out of everyone's top 30 are currently injured, which is a astonishing record at the moment. 20%. That comes back to that fast game, all of this other stuff. There's a lot happening at the moment. And if you notice some of the teams, look at Brisbane, Parramatta, all these teams, even we're starting to cop it a bit now. A lot of teams have a lot of big sort of sustained injuries all the way through, and it all adds up.
And we have as well. I think, but at the same time, we've had the other issue where we've had players not being able to get enough time into them. Got a lot of players that are unfit and that aren't at full capacity that need to be, and then you got ones which had great training, but copping a few injuries. And I think, look, I think the other thing that sort of gets in our guys' heads is when they start talking about origin and all that sort of stuff. It's like there's a bit of expectation on some of these players now. They've got to back it up, like the Maxi Kings and the Kurt Manns, and they're all talking about Preston, and Birdo's always got that pressure. But this is what our club wants. They want to build a club that is constantly under pressure to perform, and no team has the spotlight on them in New South Wales like the Bulldogs. None. Yeah. None. Because we have the most reactive fans, and only by a little bit. But our fans bite, and our fans are who they are, and they are easy targets. And if I'm a media company, I'm going to say stuff which our fans agree with. after a loss.
The media have found the trigger to activate the Bulldog fans, unfortunately, especially the ones that make the most noise. A lot of us, especially the ones on this podcast, have the ability to differentiate and take that sort of couple of hours after a loss to just calm down. But some of these fans just lose their shit so bad that it's embarrassing for a lot of us, unfortunately. Yeah. So everyone needs to just take a breath. We can't. No one's going to win every game. No one wins every game in any sport, in anything you do. So you can't expect every player to just be performing at their optimum peak every single time they're on the field. Same as you wouldn't expect yourself to be doing perfection in everything you do in your daily life. And you don't have the constant criticism that the players have. All of this noise comes back to the players, whether you like it or not. And it hurts, guys. They're human like me and you. It hurts them. Everyone is dealing with different things in their life. These are things that they don't need to have additionally themselves on their head, all this constant talk and chat and everything. Imagine Montoya this week, guys. How would you like it to be in his shoes this week? Not ideal. And he's someone's son, and whatever, and husband and wife and whatever he is to someone, and it's hurtful as a father, etc. It's not ideal. It's okay to say something about someone, but when it starts to get to the levels that some of our supporters do, that's when it starts to cross the line, guys. It's wrong.
Yeah. Look, I said this today to a good mate of mine. The thing that I base this whole podcast on is trying to reach a few people out there that are able to sort of look at the way that they've reacted and the culture that they're a part of, and maybe just go, well, maybe, if that was my kid, would I want people saying the shit about my kid that I and other people are saying about somebody else's kid? Right? And they try and a lot of people just justify it and go, well, they're paid heaps of money and blah, blah, blah. You get people coming on and go, I'm a firefighter and I have to turn up to work and I save people's lives. There's this one bloke beating his chest. And I'm like, yeah, I know. For a start, I don't know if you seem to have a hero complex, which isn't good if you're trying to save people from fires. That's a psychology thing, right? But these guys are their job is just entertainment, and it's hard and it's gladiatorial. And sometimes no matter how much you try, how hard you try, you're just not up for it. The other person gets it over you. They're not all Muhammad Ali. They're not. Sorry, they're not. They're not all Michael Jordan. They're not all Andrew Johns. They're not all Glenn Lazarus or Payne Haas. There's a whole team there of good players and great players and average players, right? And they're doing their best, even when their best isn't good enough. And other people saying, I spent $485 to go and watch this game with my family, and we waited 2 hours on this train, and then we get there and to get delivered that shit. I'm like, yep. Your job is to go there and support, not the other way around. Yes, that's part of the process. How many games have people who pay kennel memberships every single year, every game they go to, they went there and watched their team under Barrett win 6 games in 40 appearances or something? So what? It sucks. Yeah, it does. But now we're in a situation where our coach the last 2 years and that team that everyone wrote off and said there was too many utilities and who are these players? They're nothing. As soon as they started winning, the media started saying, the Dogs must be over the cap. What do you mean? We bought all these players worth nothing that nobody wanted, that got us to where we haven't been in 8 years. Yet that's still not good enough. That's how quickly everyone forgets. How quickly they forget. And all these young people with their social media, they want to have careers as social media stars. They all dream to be you know, working for Channel 9 or someone one day doing something, and they've made their little happy niche from supporting the Bulldogs, but now they want to be seen as helping, you know, get rid of a coach, and saying a coach is a liar, and saying that the coach has no accountability and that he's arrogant. Are you fucking insane? So you would trade in your support for stability and calm after 3 wins and 3 losses at the start of a season where 90% of the upsets happen in the first 10 rounds. Okay. So you're willing to sell that outrage for clicks. And actually, all I say is I hope those players and the club and the coach and all those guys that you go and get your photos with, and, you know, you're happy to write all the great stuff, go get your little interviews, but as soon as they do some things that you don't understand and other fans don't understand, you just turn your back on them. I hope they keep receipts. I hope Serrato and that remember. But you know what? They couldn't give a fuck because they don't care about these guys. They don't.
Well, there was a reason why some of them had. There was a reason why some of them were blocked from, for example, Gus's Twitter, if you remember, and had to ask in Vegas, put me back on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the Instagram guy.
Yeah. There's reasons why those
who love hot dogs.
That's right.
Literally.
There's reasons why that. And these guys were all there. You know what I'm going to blame? I'm going to blame the loss on one thing, guys. All of us supporters were to blame for this loss. You know why? We all went for 4 hours and stood there at Shoe Grab on Tuesday night or Monday, whatever night it was last week, and we made the players stand up and take photos with every single one of you. We busted them. We tied them out, guys. They were still celebrating the Penrith win, and here we are selfishly getting in front of them, taking photos and videos and doing interviews to keep these players on their feet at night after training for 4 hours. Come on, fellas. That's all our fault. What were we thinking, guys? We were to blame for the game against Parramatta, guys. We should own that one, guys, not the players. All you thousands of supporters there, we've got our photos, and now we're to blame for the loss. That's it. We'll cop that, guys. For those who were there, I wasn't, but for those who were there, shame on you for being good supporters. What do we got there, mate? Any update on Woods?
Not yet. Round 9 was when it was said, but they'll take their time. Look, he might even come back for his flag, but I reckon he'll probably start in Cup. You know, wherever they think's best.
It depends on whether what they want Conti as the backup, and they might leave him there and they start bringing Woods up slowly. Who knows?
Look, as much as I hate to say it, there's some players in positions now that will struggle to keep them. And as they get the ones that they've really earmarked through the amount of money they've probably paid them and whatever else. Look, if Woods is fit, they're going to want to get him some time against Cup. The kid, from a physical level, like through his body shape and everything and all the stuff he's been doing, is to preparing to play NRL. And he's sort of almost there. He's just his hamstrings kept playing up. I think, but there's been a few that have gone back there. They had to sort of send Finau back there, Latu, because he just needs that time. And I think it's just to build confidence and also it probably helps the flag guys as well. But it won't be long before he'll be back in the New South Wales Cup, and then he'll work through that, and then he'll get his opportunity in NRL.
So he's playing flag. He hasn't asked for a release because he's playing flag. So he's trusting the system, is he? Yeah. Okay, that's good to see. That's all we want, guys. Play the team sport, guys. Stags and Arthurs. Who knows, guys? Let them play all the games they want. Who knows?
I think Stags will play. I think he can be needled. Calf strain on Jesse Arthurs, I think, would be a big risk for them. But look, they're really seriously running out of truce. But if all those players line up, that's still a fucking great back line. And but their forward pack is decimated. But I've told everyone who would listen for quite a while that Xavier Willison will take over that mantle and play long minutes in the middle for the Brisbane Broncos. And he's not paying us, but I reckon he is pretty fucking good.
Yep.
He's very hard to handle, and he showed last week what he's made of. And they won that game they shouldn't have won. And I'll probably do an article on it because the shit that Madge has copped, and I'm not Madge's biggest fan at all. I fucking hate the fact that he went and coached the Broncos.
Unless he's a New South Wales coach, yeah.
Yeah, unless he's the New South Wales coach, get behind him. Coach the Bulldogs, get behind him. But for them to make out like he'd lost the room and all this sort of shit, and that Huss is leaving because of him, like they are a bunch of arrogant pricks, a lot of them. Braith and Reedy and all this, doing their job to create division and drama. But for them to essentially say the Broncos players are a bunch of dickheads is what they were basically saying. That those players would not have faith in a coach that helped them just win the grand final. That said, if you follow me and do what I say, you will fucking get to this grand final. They couldn't wait to bring back the South Sydney narrative and all this sort of shit. It was completely different. The year before, they didn't believe they could win. Obviously, they win the year later with Madge. Now, I still think they would have done well with Kevy, but that's just my personal opinion. But for this media to sit there and just make out that the players have no faith in that coach that got them to win the comp is the worst possible bullshit in journalism that you can even hear or think. And I hate the Broncos. Like, I want them to fail. I want them to hate their coach. I want them not to play for their coach. But if you watched them last week and can tell me that system and that those players that have got their opportunity for the first time, some of them, aren't playing for that coach, you've got fucking rocks in your head. West couldn't have played a more disciplined and sometimes enterprising game than they did. And now you got some of their fans blaming that Macassini, who they said had to come into the team, who's 18 years old or some shit, because he dropped a couple of balls. Like, now I think he was so down on himself, he's probably not going to play this week. I don't even know if he was named. I'll need to look at that. But this is what fans do to young kids, man. And it's a cultural thing. And this is why we talk up against the guys and spend a lot of time on it. Because we want you people to understand that it is going to cost someone their life one day. It is. And it's too late once it happens. Having lost people to it, I'm very passionate about it. And, yeah, I probably should be kinder, too, to some of the people that I attack for it as well. Sometimes I'm a hypocrite. I don't mean to be, but I am. So fuck yous all.
Keep moving through, mate. Keep moving through, mate.
Let's go. Did we see? Thank you, Brian. Pay ideas. Yeah, we're not going to talk. Good. Someone said that Lebanon will be stacked 100%.
Too early, mate. Ask us in October, mate. Ask us in October.
Yeah, Matty, Jeff Critic might not be a certainty either. That could be Ducks and Drakes. Could be. Yep. And if it is, it is. If it is, it is. Keep going. Let's go.
Yep. Shoei's behind Dewey as well. I'd have Cherry on his preferred side. Critter on the other side. Everyone else where they are. Yep.
I think
don't worry about the Lebanon team now, mate. Okay, Pete. G'day, Pete. Why change what's working? Also, Critter was more damaging on the right.
All I can say is whatever they choose, I'm going to back. And you know why? Because they know and they've got the plan and they got to believe in their plan. And if they believed at the start of the year that Cherry on the right and Critter on the left was going to be better for this team moving forward. But as I said, I've loved what Cherry's done the last few weeks. Back on the left, I thought he wasn't that good last year, to be honest. Felt he's really struggled in many ways. I think he had a lot of injuries that he was dealing with. And Gas pointed out the other day, and I said this on the review, Galvin showed Cherry how you fucking run for the try line. And how you back yourself, and he went and did it at the end.
That's it.
He said, I'm going to score. And this is what great centers do and great players do. They get to the try line when everyone else is like, surely they're not going to score this. And they say, fuck you, I'm going to score. And they score. Latrell does it every time.
Yep.
They're the best players. And that's what we want Cherry to be on that left edge. But if he's on the right edge, I want to see him do it on the right edge. I'm just backing this coach and I'm backing this team.
Is a good comment here, mate.
Try and make a name for myself by getting outraged just because it might look obvious to us.
Brian makes a good point here, buddy. I think Montoya deserves another game or two. I think Curran being there made him worried with Curran being a bit slower. He had to help him out. Probably spooked him a bit.
That's what I said earlier, Brian, too. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Timmy. Timmy, support me if I was coach. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry about Lebanon for now, boys. There's a lot of players in there.
I like Michael Checker.
Conti should be in front of SOS in the pecking order. Yes. We're going to start trusting. I think we're going to start trusting our youngsters, guys. As Michael said the other day, the coach is operating on trust. We're going to start trusting some of these youngsters as well to bring them through. But sometimes, you know, everyone talks about now the Dragon problems, you know, bringing Cade Reed in. Like, you want to trust those players and build them up and get them ready. Sometimes if you put them in there too early, apparently, you could ruin them. But have you got
Brian said we're a bit smaller today.
Yeah.
So I'm just making myself bigger than Texas.
That's all right, mate. Okay. G'day, Lucas. The supporter section all sold out. I think it's going to be a full house Friday. Atmosphere will be pumping. I'll be busy setting up for a few corporate projectors, but he'll be there. Thanks,
right.
Andy. We'll see you there, buddy. How's Bullock Cup player Daniel O'Donnell going?
He scored a nice try from dummy half the other night, and he's done well. He looks every bit a hooker. Service looks good. He runs a little bit. And if I say too much, next minute everyone will be saying he's got to come in for Hayward if we lose a game, you know. People attacking Hayward again. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it.
We've already covered that, and no one should be attacking Hayward, guys. He's doing well. He's growing into his role. It's his first time there, so give him some break. Brisbane a bit skinny in the forwards, other than Big X. Yep.
Yeah. We should be winning, guys. We should be winning.
When a guy was asked what he thought about the Broncos, he turned around last season. He said the Bulldogs game.
There you go.
There you go. So now it's our turn to turn our season around using the Broncos.
For me, it was when the Broncos lost, I think, 22-0 to the Storm. They fucking defended so well that night in a 22-0 loss. That's when I knew they were going to be tough to beat for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But I think both the wins over us sort of propelled them through that year. They did good stuff off both those wins against us. So,
Grade 5 injury to Critter. Is he a liability? Well, it depends. Apparently he's got some master healing powers, and he's obviously going to be needled up, etc. So it's strapped up. So it just depends on his range of movement. Defensively, what he has to do is all right. It's the other stuff that could be a bit painful. Pete reckons Woods should spend some time in flag, same as Latu when he comes back. Yeah, I agree, Pete. G'day, Lockie. Sorry. Hi, guys. I could see Jethro being on the six-man bench 90 minutes before kickoff.
I think so. I think he will be on that six-man bench.
Yep.
100%.
Isn't Sheldon a behemoth in flag?
Yeah, Sheldon Hayward. Someone said, is he Bailey's brother? I'm like, well, if Dad saw Sheldon came out, Dad would be asking questions. I'll tell you that much. Bailey's dad, that is. No, definitely not related, and he is a beast and someone I look forward to, well, hopefully being a beast in every grade that he plays in.
Create a virtual swear jar. Thanks, Timmy. Matty makes a good point here. So apparently what we're going to do is we're going to set up a day where all the detractors of Montoya come down to a field and Montoya's got to run at them and tackle them. So see how they stand up after that.
Exactly.
After he puts a few shoulders into them.
Put your shoulder into one of his hips and you'll have a grade 7 tear in your shoulder.
There you go.
And just the thing, Sam Hughes played with a grade 2 tear in his shoulder for about 3 weeks last year. And it turned into a grade 3 and a rotated cuff hanging off 25% or something.
Not to mention Birdo in the last game against Penrith.
Yeah, he had a grade 3. So they just needle them up, guys.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things, though, like even needled up, they'll make a tackle and they'll feel that that shock that goes through their whole body. Plus, he already had that sort of nerve pain in his neck and stuff like that from a similar thing.
Matty loves Jack Todd. Do you see him as a potential lock or a prop? And do you think we'll retain him? That's up to Jack's body, I reckon. If he can get himself back on the field and show us his ability sustained over like a long period without being injured, then he would be someone that we would like to keep, I'm sure. But yeah, it just depends on his body and on how it keeps coming up.
It's going to be luck. Yeah, I see him as a lock because I love the way that he can get to his front and get a quick play the ball away, and he's got really good leg movement, really good off both feet.
It's like Cam Murray, he bounces up pretty quick.
Yeah, really good in that way. But his motor, he doesn't have the motor of a Cam Murray yet, but he might have. He just needs to be able to play week in, week out and not break his arm and not get smashed in the head. And these things are just, it's like lightning striking over and over for this kid. I think they will extend him 1 year in some way, even if it's putting him in the development list again or on I think they'll want to keep the kid if he wants to stay. I don't, but he might come really good and then get his way into the team and contribute as the player we know he will be potentially in an important time for a year and get himself a 2-year extension or 3-year on good money. Like it's gonna, as Gaz said, it's going to be determined by him and by a bit of luck as well, obviously.
Yep. James was reinforcing as well about Maguire saying that, they got their confidence and it would be nice to flip the script this week, 100%. Thanks again for your support, Mike. And Ciro, we trust. Skipper back this week, smashed the Broncos.
That's it, Mike.
Callahan was busy in Massey this week, says Matty.
He's a busy little player, Matty. He's a very busy little player.
Who's this sad
Good
face?
Little fullback. Up the Broncos. Well done, mate.
Keep the tunes coming, Mick. My brother's on fire with the singing. Don't encourage him, Tim. Don't encourage him, Tim.
Cool wind in my hair. Do you want me to play that for you? I just learned that the other day. Hotel California.
Do we think we have a speed problem out wide? I don't know if it's a problem. I think we just could do with a bit more speed. Yeah, definitely could do with more speed. So it'll come. It doesn't grow on trees, unfortunately, but it'll come. We've got some players coming through. Sua's got a bit more speed, and so's Jethro as well. Put the guitar away, you fool.
What?
Look at this guy. Thinks he's country western. It's so cute that people Connolly have done so well as a Connolly.
On a dark desert highway. There we go.
I noticed they didn't shut down Moses as well. They did Cleary when he came to the kicks. Yeah, the whole game plan went out the window for a while there during that game. It got very disruptive, and I felt like when we fell behind, I felt like we started playing catch-up footy too quickly, guys. We needed to get back into the grind. I felt like, some of those offloads from kick-out were just two desperation ones. After his tackle, spins around. When you see them rolling on the ground, those passes, they're all wrong. So I think we went into that mode too early instead of grinding back. We were only a couple of points behind. So,
what I'll say,
fast in the NRL, yeah.
Parramatta are very good at. They were very good at making sure Junior Paulo was running at Bailey Hayward on his own. They were very good at making sure that Moses was, able to kick the ball with plenty of time and space. So, and all that takes is having a team that's slightly off and slightly potentially underestimating you, and that's it. And as I said, I just felt we kept working to places on the field, and it was like, yep, we're going to throw 5 passes out to this bloke. He's going to get the ball and run it. And they anticipated everything we did. So,
Matty, not sure if the Salmon Man combo is throwing enough punches. Well, against the Panthers, they were outstanding, especially Salmon. That was, I think, the best game he's ever played for me in Bulldog colours. He tried that the other day. He took a few more hit-ups and stuff, but the game just fell away in all the areas, guys. It just got away from us. So too many mistakes as well.
I actually want to also, old friend of mine, no longer, was sort of defending Salmon with stats, defending Montoya with stats, and then comparing it to other people. And I said, that's all well and good, but when Man comes on the field and we spend the first 10 minutes of that period defending versus when another player's on the field and we've got more of the ball, like all these things need to be looked at. Stats just tell a story. I know I talk about stats sometimes, but you need to understand how they apply and when. You can't sit there and say a player was better than someone else because they had this many runs and the other player had less runs, because the team in that period, when they came on at different time, it's like starting versus coming off the bench. Satilli is amazing off the bench. He's great starting when he's in an edge role or a center role and stuff like that. But in the middle, maybe he could go as a lock, but as a prop where he's the main man, the number 1 guy or the number 2 guy, it's just not as effective as him coming on, running 100 miles an hour when everyone else is starting to slow down a bit. Okay? It's just stats for those players are different. What Sam Hughes is absorbing as far as punishment goes is way more than what Satilli's absorbing when he comes on after that. The punishment's not the same intensity after 25 minutes as what it is at the start. And until our fan base and people across NRL can sort of understand that, it's really fucking difficult to combat and explain. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, we have to talk about this shit every week. I felt, based on the question there, yeah, Salmon was, I still felt his passing was quite good on the weekend. And I felt that he was working hard in defence. And he's like the minister of defence out there. Man, I felt fucking tried his heart out, but it just wasn't happening the same way. Week before, what does Man do? man runs up to the line, changes the point of attack, gets the ball to Galvin, he kicks through and scores. Doesn't happen without man, Very good player, Kurt Mann. Hope he gets – I probably want him to have another year with the Bulldogs. I think we still need him, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I would love nothing more than to have that young gun come into a 13 role, play long minutes and be that next guy that we go, this is the guy that's going to take us. This is our Paul Langmack. This is our Stephen Folkes. This is our guy. You know what I mean? Whereas as much as I love Kurt Mann and Sam and that, I don't feel they're the player that's going to take us to multiple premierships. And that's where this club wants to be, and that's where I see us being at some point. Whether it's now, 10 years, don't know. But however long it takes, hopefully I'm alive to fucking see it. Hey, guys.
Yep. Hopefully, mate. God willing.
Sorry, mate.
It was like Conting scoring in cup dummy. I think he dummied more than twice, mate. The defense was fooled. You keep throwing punches if it doesn't work. Yep. How many steps did he do off the left foot? How many left foots?
I was like, off the right, off the right, off the right, off the right, off the right. Try.
5 times off the right, guys. Freddie Fittler was back. I hate players staying down. We usually don't, but I was glad to see Hughesy stay down to make sure we got the penalty. Well, he was actually injured as well. That's why, he actually copped it. So normally our players, if you notice, they don't stay down. Like Max King the week before when he broke his jaw. They get it hit. They just bounce back up. They don't play for those penalties all the time like some players do.
Like Joe Ash did. Joe Ash reminded me of Josh Reynolds.
I think there might be a sim bin. Might be a sim bin here, mate.
Huh?
Might be a sim bin here, buddy.
Oh, who's this? Oh, Almos. Hey, Almos. Fuck you. Sorry. Oh, Aki's been a member for 2 months. Good to see you, brother. Patrick Young is looking okay. Does he jump Turpin in the re-signing stakes? Both are off contract. Yeah, look, the 1-year deals in the top 30 are always interesting, and we haven't had a lot of luck with these hookers that have looked like they're going to do something good in the system. Like I think we had Ruben Moyle, who we thought would come through. I remember they had Josh Cook, who they got from South Sydney, young Aboriginal guy. And I don't know what's happened with Bailey Myers. He was the Jersey Flag Hooker of the Year last year and had a really good season. And I think he started in the trials this year. But he must be injured or something like that. But Patrick Young, someone will be signing that kid, and I hope it's us.
Yep.
He gives me the feels of one of the best attacking young hookers I've seen. But you can attack all you want. If your game is going to be based on how can I outscore the points that I let in, you're not going to be in the team.
Yeah.
Unless you're kicking 30 goals from the sideline at 100% accuracy.
The new 6 again rubbish is honestly ruining the game. Majority of the time sitting there thinking, what was that 6 again for? When I rewind it, it makes it even more confusing. Yeah.
Don't rewind it.
It's if you noticed this last week, I mean, even in our game, I think there was only 2 6 again calls in the whole game. The ref tried to play that little put the whistle away sort of stuff. When if you looked at the ruck speed for both teams, it was extremely slow. They were both sitting all over each other. When there should have been some penalties or some 6 against, they weren't, and that probably hurt us a bit more, I reckon. Because we had a different game that we played the week before, and we didn't. 2 games we played in 2 weeks, both ref completely different. And this week we're going to have another challenge. We've got, Wyatt Raymond refereeing us. So we've had a pretty good record with him. We've won sort of 4 of our last 5 games with him. The only loss we had last year was the one against the Tigers in the wet at Combank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that stadium hasn't been good for us guys at Combank. So it's been a bit of a jinx lately.
Yep. Good advice, Andy. Good advice.
Thanks, buddy.
Mate, they're not kids there, man. Look, I don't give a fuck. Look, I know sticks and stones don't actually break your fucking brains, like, and names and not supposed to. I get all that shit, right? I do. Resilience, be confident in yourself, block out the noise, and be a man. I get all that, mate. But my son's 23, 24. They're still kids. And a lot of these guys are young men. And a lot of young men don't grow up till they're our age. And we should be respectful. It's strong. You're more of a man to be respectful than to be weak and disrespectful. And type on a little keyboard. The Galvin effect. I hate Galvin. Anyway, mate. Each their own. We've all got different values, and I respect yours.
Supposedly, our fans are the most passionate. In my opinion, we're the most uninformed and critical. Unfortunately, Maddie, a lot of the bad noise comes from a smaller minority, but the noise is always louder when it's a negative as well. Timmy, the amount of crap that I read from some of the fans, it's not everyone. It's appalling, though, and uncalled for. It's a team sport. We need to support the team, win or lose.
Look, our fans are the only fans that'll say sack the board because we fucking lost a game,
Conti's way ahead of Woods in terms of when he might debut. Yep, you're going to be running to be playing, mate.
He's playing and he's playing well. And that's the thing. Who's playing in our cup team that would make every other cup team because he's playing so well? Who's dominating that competition? Mm-hmm. Who's never being outperformed in their role? I'm telling you, maybe 1 or 2 players in our team are at that level every week. So we sit there and say, yep, give these players a go. But if they're not the dominant player in that team, like if DSF starts playing every week, he's dominant in New South Wales Cup. So is Sean O'Sullivan, even though his last New South Wales Cup game was the worst game I've ever seen him playing in any game I've watched him play. Was he had a bad day and he got suspended as well. So, but I love the fact Conti's been recognised and hopefully on the bus. But good shout out, brother. Who joined up?
Second time this season that Broncos have been without Haas, preparing for the forward pack when he leaves for Souths. The big man's here. All things positive. How are we, boys? G'day, Harry. That's Dirty Harry himself, fellas.
Oh, Harry, as I said, if you want to, I know your passion's the Bulldogs and you're not out to make money out of things, but there's people who want to make a career being in the media and they sell it for clicks. They sell their outrage for clicks. And I show my sons and my daughters how these fuckers behave as entitled scumbags when things don't go their way. And that's not how I raise my kids. And I'm sure that's not how we raise theirs. But look, it is footy, a bit of banter at the game, ref, tell your mum to shut up. Fucking, I get it, mate. I'm all part of it. I'm all for it. But when you start putting it on the public record, everywhere you go and just shit shaming players, it's not all positive here. We all sit there and said we would have picked Sewer to go on instead of Curran, but I still back a coach's fucking right to trust who he trusts. And I know, Harry, if you told me to trust someone that I didn't trust or tell me not to trust someone as much as someone, that I did trust, or whatever it is, I'm not going to fucking listen to you or anyone. I'll work it out for myself. But that's it. It is okay. It is okay. Mag is a gun, Coach Facts. Yes, he is. Let's beat the Premiers, Andy. Yeah, we've already done all that. And they played poor. And the coach will rip it into them. And the coach has ripped it into them. And that's all it needs to. Hamasi Makasini was dropped. G'day, cool David. Welcome to you. And that's fine. He dropped some balls and they were costly. But he's a young guy, and I know that he was really struggling apparently. Like from what I heard about, I heard this, that he was like that devastated for dropping those balls. He believed he cost his team the match, and maybe and he doesn't think he's worth it, you know what I mean? And what about Jerome Luai? Said, I'm happy to play New South Wales Cup because the guys are going so well without me.
Yep, there you go.
I need to go earn my spot back. I'm willing to do it. Like, to me, that's leadership.
Yep.
If just for that alone, I sort of wanted them to win Wests. Well, I always want them to beat Brisbane. But I've sort of also thought, Gas sort of said, you know, it might be a blessing if the Broncos win that match, sort of thing.
There was a question asked about the pay ID. I've just put it back up on the screen to our new member. Welcome. There's the pay ID there if you want to send any money. Feel free to do it there. So that's the number there that you can send to. If you have done that, let us know so we can put you in the draw for tonight as well if there's a draw, guys. But what are we up to? We're getting close today. We're up.
We're at about 60. We've got 40 to go.
There you go,
so
guys.
Up to 60. Well done, guys. I think, and you get 2 tickets if you're a member as well. So,
anyone notice Meninga absolutely glazing a player who can't remember who and asking him to go to Perth? If that was Gus, there'd be a meltdown.
Mal can do what he wants. I saw Mal Meninga. I got his signature years ago because him and Gary Belcher played for South Logan. But anyway, I saw him again at Haymarket, one of the hotels, getting into the lift. Fuck, he's just a menace. He's still a massive human, and he don't fuck around, Mal. Like, you don't mess with Mal Meninga. I can tell you that right now.
Haywood's been good passing out in front. That's it. He's getting better and better, guys. He's getting better and better.
Couple of wobbly ones under fatigue, but he did get 53 tackles and had to do about 20 of them on his own.
Yeah, like Michael said, guys, we were sitting behind the posts on the Sunday night, and every time Junior Paulo got the ball, he was just like straight towards Haywood every time.
Mm-hmm.
And mate, he knocked him over every time as well. He actually didn't miss him, but you can imagine how it would have been taken out of him. So, and sometimes by the time the tackle was almost completed, someone was coming to help. So he wasn't getting the help straight away. A lot of it was one-on-one. So, but you could see it was just a targeted ploy to just knock him about, guys. So I'm sure that Ciraldo and the coaching team are working on something to make sure that there's support there as well. Leo Thompson, guys, I think as he gets more and more game under his belt, potentially, depending on the game situation, it'll be a nighttime game, obviously. So the other day was a day game. If it's cooler, I'm not sure how's the weather in Brisbane these days, mate. You're over there. How's the evening weather?
We might be getting some rain, I think, but soon. But it's been. It was probably cooler in the morning the last 2 days, like about 16 degrees or something. And I know that's not cold, but it is when it's normally 23 at night and shit.
So that could factor his minutes
about 27, 28 today. Like he's
Okay.
still swimming your pool.
Okay.
So I cleaned the pool today, and I come to clean the pool.
Harry's
Come
about
on,
to,
let's get Harry.
Harry's about to resign. Harry's about to resign.
Oh well, he'll be done with Ciro, will he? We'll make sure you don't go in there and shake his hand again. Like I get it, Harry. We have a laugh, you and I, but that's pretty pathetic. If he puts a player in a position that you don't agree with, fuck him. I'm done with him.
Is that irrespective
Does that mean
of the
you're going to
result?
want him to fail, or
Irrespective of the result? What if we win 30-0 and he puts him on the left? What's the story then? Is he still done with Ciro?
It's all right, but brother, it's all right because people can say this shit, especially social media people. Then they can
We
come
should
and
be
go,
worried about
I'm
other
sorry,
stuff.
I'll put my hand up. I was wrong. I was wrong about Galvin. Then the next week, fuck Galvin. You know, that's how they act.
Well, no one could say nothing about Galvin this week. It's the first time we've had a loss and Galvin's not the one to blame.
First time.
That's what's going on. Turn the corner. You know, his form's speaking for itself, guys. Starting to win years over. How's young O'Mealy going, mate?
He's done all right. He's played a bit of centre and wing, and I think he played Ron Massey last week, but I think he might have played Cup.
He was named in Cup this week, I think.
And he's playing Cup this week. I'll get the Cup side up there at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll get that cranking. So this will have Cup, Flegg, and Ron Massey.
Hit some power chords, Mick. Bloody hell. Got some followers out there, mate.
Was that powerful enough? This is a really shitty guitar. Like, I reckon it costs $100, but I reckon it's worth about 10.
It's blue. It doesn't have a Bulldog sticker on it, though.
But I've got a Yamaha that I've just got my daughter for a birthday, and I've got a Fender in there. Honestly, the guitars are way better than I am.
Critter's his favourite player on a big paycheck. Like to see him on the ball more. Same with Kicks.
Look, Kicks was disappointing last week. It's like, and then he's like I felt he went all right towards the end. Like he was still running decoys. But that happens. I think Kicks gets injured and stuff, and they try and manage themselves through games and that. I've seen it. It must be the reason. It's like you're just going to run some decoys, make your tackles or something. I don't know, but we can say that when we had 50-50 possession in that first half or whatever it was, Kicks only had touched the ball
a few times.
2 times, you know. There's opportunity for him to have some runs. And this is what I was saying, what I would have liked to have seen early in that match is make Leo a bit hungry for a run, get them anticipating Leo and do some other stuff. And more go through that corridor that Kikau, when we're on, where Kikau will have a run and Burton's running with him, and then Burton will get out of dummy half and they'll get us upfield, and then we'll shift it the other way and get things cranking. You know, that's when we look on, guys. That's when it looks on for me. And they get that early offload that we've always talked about and Gash has been talking about the last couple of weeks. There was no intent for that offload last week.
Yeah.
And that's what disappointed me. It was like they were out there to just try and manage to grind out a win, probably thinking about Friday.
Remember we spoke about that after the game against Panthers. We said it just depends on the way they go in with that game against Parramatta. Are they going to go in with that mentality of keep doing what we just did against Penrith, or are we going to basically go in and try to grind the game out and that's what they did. Unfortunately, it wasn't that same intent. It was just a different mindset. I don't know what it is that's triggering that for them, whether it's coaching, whether it's with it's a game plan or whatever it might be, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this week with their intent from the start of the game. It'll tell us a lot about how what we see for the rest. So,
G'day,
what's ready to work on?
Jeffrey's got to work on some kick catches. All right, bro.
Big whopper.
Big Bobber. Thank you, bro. After man retires, I hope he joins the Bulldogs coaching staff. Apparently, look, what I heard from some Knights supporters about Kurt Mann, he's one of the best humans they've ever met. And I think when you met him at the outside the launch, like the fact that he was happy to give you his time, he's very articulate. He's a musician, you know, he's got a lot going on. He's from a remote country area with not many people. He's one of those special humans. And if he wants to coach and if that's a part of what he's looking at, maybe he would be someone.
I'm not sure if anybody saw his press conference yesterday that he did. I think there was one with him and one with Berto. It was pretty telling for me the way that he was talking. I feel like the way that he spoke, if you read between the lines, I feel like he may not be offered another contract. Yeah. I feel like he may be potentially going to one of the new teams if he gets a good opportunity to help. Because he feels like he's still got some running in his legs, even though he's 33. He obviously ticked a massive box playing Origin. That's huge for him. Unexpected, as you said. But I think there's going to be a lot of players that are coming off contract for the Bulldogs that there's going to be some tough decisions made, guys. So everybody has to prepare. We're going to be losing a lot of players at the end of this year that are off contract more than you think. And that's going to change the whole dynamics. And it's like we said a few weeks ago, what you see now on the field and what you see in the next 12 to 18 months, there could be some mass changes in that team. The core will hopefully still be there.
Clip that.
But there'll be a lot of changes.
G'day to you, Darwood Patras.
Do you want to talk about that winger that you saw the other day, mate? Again, that new guy that popped out of nowhere? The other
Setu. His surname's Setu, and he came from the East Tigers 2024 Mal Meninga Cup. So that's like the Jersey Flag version there. That's where I've only been able to find his name. Spoke to a couple of blokes that are heavily invested in the juniors and watch all their games and stuff. They're like, I don't know where he come from. But he scored 2 pretty good fucking tries. Conceded a couple down his edge as well. He's not in the team this week. And I don't think he's he might have got an injury or I don't know. I don't think he's in Ron Massey. Ron Massey has a lot of SG ball players in it. Mace Andrew, named after Willie Mason. Not sure. Tay Cochran, Cooper Toy's back. He didn't play last week. Jed Reardon, Nick O'Mealy into centre. Jethro on the wing. Cade Dykes and Alex Conti. Fletcher Baker. Gordon Chan come Tong. Jack Underhill starting again. We thought he was down with an injury, Jack, in that game. Louis Grassemi's been going well. Logan Spinks is dominating Cup, one of those players. AJ Jones getting fitter every game. Daniel O'Donnell, Zion Ma'u'u's having a much better season than last year. Fami Toilalo doing some good stuff. DSF and Justin Matamua. Don't know why it says Manama. Raymond Peru, Mickey Nassar, Hamish Wilson, Eamon Fitzgibbon, Sheldon Hayward, Bronson Rubin. Bronson Rubin was immaculate last week. 2 brilliant breaks. Joey Tayapa was sensational as well. Lincoln Cliff, Pat Young, Finau Latu, Sasai Latini, Jaden Smith, and Bud Smith, the captain. Lachlan Mifsud, Chase Patterson, Patrick Carey, and Finay Farley. We'll see who the 19th man is. And then Ron Massey, you got Zane Walker, who's another one from SG Ball. Mikhaili Senibua, Baxter Warner, Sasai Kafusi. There he is, Mela Setu. He's playing Ron Massey this week. So there you go. I was just waiting for that to come around, guys.
We got there eventually.
You got there eventually. And welcome to you, and thanks for joining.
Yep. If only made it live. I don't know if he's lost weight. He just looks really ripped, guys. He looks really, really ripped. He looks really good. He ran well the other day. It was just a tough game to get into for him, unfortunately, that game. But he had 2 stints. He looked good for the time he was out there, ran hard, defended well. But it's going to take time to learn, to play that defensive system that we do in games, guys. It's not easy. It looks easier for some of our other players who've been doing it for a while now. But don't forget, he hasn't been able to train with the full squad of late as well. So majority of the time when I'm down at training, he's actually in with the recovery team. So he's, this is all sort of new. Every game he plays, he's just going to keep improving. But there is an X factor about him, guys, and get behind him, guys. He's going to be good for us, and hopefully starting this week.
Update on the wheel. We got $70. Lucas put $20 in pay ID, and so did Brian. He put 10. Plus
Thanks,
we got
guys.
another 40.
Wood was going to send some money as well.
Yeah, that was Lucas.
Oh, that's Lucas, is it?
Oh, Lucas did, yeah.
No, this is Dawood saying they're going to pay. They've new member, but they were going to pay something on pay ID as well. Yep, no worries, mate.
Hayward, no good. Someone said the other day, they go, Leo Thompson looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. I said, just like your mum. And then he goes, oh, my mum died. I said, so did mine. But, look, honestly, Gas has met Leo Thompson. What a fucking gentleman. What a gentleman. Absolutely. Not too many blokes stop you mid and say, oh, what's your name? Oh, I'm Gas. Pleasure to meet you, Gas.
Yeah. Very respectful.
Better than the arrogant shit you get half the time.
Yeah.
Matty says Thompson's going to rip and tear this week.
Always good with his time. Always good with his time.
Hayward, no good. Well done, mate. Does that make you feel like a big man?
Looking forward to Friday. Jay Pony. Dogs lacking speed. Just want to know your thoughts. Spoken about this a few times.
Johnny's a positive supporter on All Things Positive.
Yep.
Might change our name to that. Look, I think we aren't as fast as some other sides. But it's just about finding the right players that are going to handle things. As I said, Daryl Halligan wasn't fast. Hassan wasn't fast. We won comps with those blokes on the wings. Gavin Lester wasn't that fast. I think Montoya's struggled with. I think there was some good points made earlier about maybe, overcompensating for the fact Curran was there and that, but he has struggled in recent weeks to get to his assignment after having to do a bit of work. So a bit of fatigue's come in and he struggled. But we'll see. I think he'll be given another opportunity to produce his best, and we'll be backing him to do that. Whoever they pick, we back that team with our heart and our mind. That's it. We can't change it.
That's it.
But let's beat our chest and say, I told you so when we lose. Fucking idiots. Timmy. I'm glad we don't have to deal with Brian Dibb. No, we just live in his head for free, bro. He's still complaining on the Kennel podcast about us. Mixed podcast is on now. Everyone, you going to watch me?
Harry got put in the bin, mate. What's going on here?
Matty put him in the bin. Off you go, Harry. Go for the Bears.
Put him in the bin.
Yeah, it's not the guitars, mate. That's right. Thanks, Lucas. $20. Thanks, brilliant, mate. We're only $30 off the draw now.
How far are we?
$30.
$30, guys. Come on. Even 5 each from a few of you. We're there. We've got the draw tonight. You win a $40 voucher for the Bulldogs team store.
Yeah, we need that. Brian Ogre should get the Denker rub out and say, boys, he should have his clippers in one hand, his Denker rub in the other, and a really close, one of those flick blades. I'm going to shave your head and then rub Denker rub all over it as your aftershave. Do that to Harry Hayes.
Leo's got to destroy the Broncos pack. Bring it on.
Let's go, Matty.
Took him a year to work out how to comment. I'll be a member before the Olympics start. We'll have another 3 go to Perth. We have so many off contract. We have the system. They'll go.
That's it.
Mike Cool. Good evening, guys.
We'll watch it back. Bounce back game.
30 to 12. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Bronson Rubin's the only sort of goal kicker in our junior system that's nailing them. Like so many have been terrible this year, to be honest. The next comment, Bronson Rubin. Bronson Rubin's another one. Like he wears the headgear, looks a bit like Matt Burton because he's got the headgear on, and 2 clean breaks in flag last week. Looked really good. G'day, Trish. Good to hear from you again.
Darryl Halligan wasn't fast, but was pretty impressive when he ran down Willie Kahn in 95 semi-final against the Broncos. And Kahn had a head start.
Sometimes you just find something, don't you? That's it. And I've watched that game so many times, Trish. I don't usually watch the Dragons one. I just watch the Canberra game, the Broncos game, and then the Manly game back to back, and just enjoy myself. The Bash brothers, man. Gillies, Jason Smith, fucking Dean Pay, Jimmy Dimmick. God, that was good times.
Playing their last game before a few of them left.
Jar McCracken.
The Fab Four.
Oh, McCracken. Phil McCracken. Bulldogs events back to win 37-18. Yeah.
Got him under the post, mate. Wrapped him around, wrapped him up. Yeah, one of the great try savers, that one. Come from the other side.
Dogfather Media, the article on Hasm, we celebrate that. I think there might even be a photo of it in there as well.
Yep, that's right.
Holding up Steve Bell. Me too. We hated the Bronctards.
Whoa. Few punches being thrown. I like that. Friday nights come early.
Appreciate the response, brother. 100% back in our team. Dogs are going to run it straight to the Broncos. Love from New Zealand. Love to you, brother. Thank you so much. Anyone who... Brian, still haven't heard anything about Jack Todd except that they're just taking it slow with him and making sure he's all right. So, obviously, there's been the protocols they've got to follow, and there must be a few things there worrying him that they're worried about, or he must be still having some sort of symptoms for him to I don't know if he's been training or anything. I'd say he would have done some training, but maybe not some contact stuff. Who knows? It was a pretty heavy knock. And I honestly believe the bloke who hit him had the ball and raised his bumper. But he was cleared, so nothing to see. Just like I also believe that Mitchell Moses deliberately twisted fucking Matt Burton's ankles around undercover because he's a spiteful little prick. And then you got the commentators who can't see it clearly telling you that nothing wrong with it. That's just part of our game. And then they go on about, whether someone should be sin bin because they were standing there when someone fell into their shoulder, fucking. It's like Vossi loves the Bulldogs, but he also gets stuck right into them all the time. Harry. That's up to you what you do, brother. We'll continue to build our community of support. And whoever the fucking coach is I support, if we're going to go and beat your chest and carry on at things, great. Enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know, this is what I mean. You want to sit there with the touchline guys and say that fans that are supportive and positive are the toxic ones. Fucking bullshit. You don't get any more ridiculous than that. Look, I agree that some of the decisions I wouldn't make, but I'm telling you, they're not obvious. You go in there and go in the inner circle. The week before the Penrith game, everyone was saying, what were they saying?
They get beat by 60 or 70.
We're going to beat by 60 or 70. We're going to get bum bashed. They were saying that the group was divided, that they were fractured. So you're done with Ciro after the team produced that effort against the Panthers as a fluke, obviously. That's your prerogative, mate. You do you. We're going to keep doing what we do, and that's support this bloody club as much as we can. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and, you know, you're not going to convince me to turn on the coach because you think his selections are shit or wrong. They said, people sitting there, oh, chop and change. Don't chop and change the team. He just swapped one player out for another. Oh, he's lying because he said that he played centre for the Warriors. He obviously believed that. He's trained there. No one was happy with our performance. Our team was poor in many areas, and you don't have to be off by a lot. No one was attacking. No one was saying anything about Harry Hayes. People were saying, oh, Thompson wasn't that good. It was his first game back. I felt they got the game wrong. The preparation was obviously not right. There was things that didn't go right. It's a coaching team. It's a whole team. It's 3-3. We were 0-2 to start 2024. You want to go back to 3 wins in 2020-21? Or do you want to keep building and developing these juniors and trying to win games of NRL and getting behind the team to get it done? I can't argue with some people because they just want to sit there and look. I know it bites hard when we lose to Parramatta. It's shit. Losing to St. George is also shit. More than anything else. Living up in Brisbane, losing to Brisbane is shit. Losing in general is shit. Nobody likes it. But you win as a team, lose as a team. And whoever they put on that park needs to get the job done. Now, we said it here that Curran was always going to struggle in that position, right? But why the fuck? Oh, if they lose this week, or if if Critter plays on the right. Critter started the year at left. We won the first 2 games with him playing left centre. Oh, we only beat Dragons by a point. We only beat Raiders by 4 points. We won. That's all that matters.
Who cares how much you win by?
Exactly. That's all right. I hope the club, go out and tell everyone how you're done with the coach. Go on, spread it everywhere. If he doesn't do what you think he should do. And the 5% of supporters who actually comment on social media. there's hundreds of thousands, there's like 190,000 people who say nothing every week, who just support the team, and they're just as passionate.
Harry, we
Right.
spoke about this the other day as well. Like we were talking about all these selections. Sometimes there's a lot of analysis that goes into it from the coaching staff and everything. Sometimes they overanalyze it. That's what I'm thinking. Like sometimes
They overthink it.
it's overdone. They overthink it, and they end up making the wrong call. But they make them based on a lot of decisions, a lot of information, a lot of things that they look at. I wish it was just that easy. If all of us sit there in hindsight, everyone's a coach. Everyone can say, I wish and I wish, and why didn't we? But they don't. They go in nth degree of detail and everything. Sometimes they get it wrong. But as a coach, he's learning. And I think he's done an amazing job to take us out of where we were a couple of years ago. And he's going to continue getting better. You learn from these mistakes. Even Wayne Bennett still makes mistakes. You learn from these mistakes. You pick up and you go again. Now, to everyone else, it might seem obvious. Why the hell? Why wouldn't you do a straight swap? Yes, the obvious things are always easy for us to look at, but they've got a lot of information available to them, and they're making decisions about what they think is going to be the best to keep things settled. They're the ones that were there in the off-season. I wasn't there. You weren't there in the off-season to see all the training they did, all the trials, all the plays they ran, all the different shapes they ran, everything that we're doing, different players. We don't know all these positions. Curran's lost a lot of weight. He's running like a back. Who knows what he's been doing in the off-season with the players?
He lost 14 kilos when he came to the club, Curran. Yeah. 14 kilos. He was forced to play middle because we had no one else. Yep. Everyone's saying now, conveniently saying he's a prop. He's an 80-minute player who needed to get some miles in his legs, and they thought they could get away with it. They fucked up. End of story.
That's it.
From the outside. From the inside, it's a lot more complex for them. They've got people advising them. I found out lunchtime on the day, and my heart sank.
Yep.
But you're carrying on like this because as a grown man, you can't control your fucking emotions. And I'll get smart if I want. If you can't be honest with your mates, who can you be fucking honest with? Is what I say. We differ on the opinion. That's fine. You know, if you don't agree with his selections, great. But there's a reason you're not a coach of the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs and he is.
We didn't agree with the decision. We both didn't agree with it. But we had to get on with it. We didn't make the decision, but it doesn't mean we agree with it. I wanted Sewer in there straight away.
So
as soon as I knew Curran was going to be in there, I was like, well, this is not going to end well. Already we had bad feelings about the game. Michael's keys to victory was basically preempting what was going to happen before Inari was ruled out. So everything about what we spoke about was coming through. So the decision wasn't ideal for all of us, but it doesn't mean we throw Serraldo under the bus because he made a bad decision just because we don't agree with it.
Exactly.
You know,
he's the one who got
his information.
He got this team and those players to give you some great memories and great moments. And me as well, listening to you commentate it the way you do. Love it. But just because, we've had 3 wins, 3 losses. I know we lost to Para. It's even worse. There's people who don't comment about losses who commented about the loss. There's people who never say negative shit who said negative shit. And we knew, just like I said to Gas today, I said, if Critter plays on the left and we lose, and you know, Montoya has a few errors and shit, the fan base are going to lose their fucking minds. They are. But you quit on your coach because of that? What coach abandons their plan after 8 weeks and loses faith in his players after 8 weeks? Imagine if Maguire didn't stick to his plan last year. We have dickheads in the kennel laughing at the Eels, laughing at the Broncos, saying that they were shit and they were going to miss the 8 last year before we played them, and we got beaten by 42-18. And then they acted like, and it's all right. Oh, it's the coach's fault. It was the ref's fault. I was angry at the ref that day, don't get me wrong. But it's a passionate thing. We love our team. We want to win. We're the fucking same. I've had one of the worst weeks I've had all year in a pretty fucked year, right? You try having shingles and working through it, mate. That's what you got to do for your family. But I'm telling you, it's just football. The way JC fucking Bernard smoking a cigar, basically making out he got Flanagan sacked. You know, make a statement. Like, it's good entertainment for a lot of people. Whether I like Flanagan or not, whether I agree he ran an injection program with a team that won a comp not long after, is beside the point. He's still got family. And, you know, look, I don't think media should be criticising fans about that sort of shit, because the media validate the fans half the time. But fucking hell, he's just lost his job. It's never good. He's still a fucking human. Oh, Ciro. Oh, he's arrogant. He's too stubborn. Fucking good. If he starts listening to you or me, well, I'll tell you now, what fucking coach should listen to their fans? Jack Gibson said it. Gus Gould's repeated it 100 times. If you start listening to the fans, that's exactly where you're going to end up. Sitting where they're sitting right now on the fucking sideline. That's it. Let's go. Everyone remember those who have fought in wars for our freedom loss. We'll be hoping our team wins. Let's respect the Anzacs. Yeah, well, and the Broncos did a great job last year with their Anzac parade. I really enjoyed that. It was a special moment.
In the wet too, yeah.
And I felt for the Dogs, because there was a couple of players that were off early, and then we all know what happened. But that second half, I was proud of the way they fought hard and got back to what they were doing those first 6 weeks or 7 weeks, and won that second half. And they were nearly thought they were going to win the game, guys. Like, Montoya drops that ball under fatigue.
It was game on. It was still game on.
We had a lot to cheer about, you know, in that second half. And that was it. And that's been a common thing about this side under Serrato, is that there's not too many games where they've lost both halves. And I know that's not, at the end of the day, it's about winning the game and stuff like that. But we couldn't say that for a long time. I said this year, we can drop down the ladder and be a better team at the end of it. Our journey is so far away from where we are. And look, it might not even be Serrato who's the coach when we get there. It might not be. Gus might have moved on. But they're going to make sure that they have a sustainable thing to follow. And the only thing that can stop that from happening is if a few bad losses destabilise the club, because the fans start acting like, we want change. We're a proud big club. We shouldn't lose to Parramatta with no players in their team. Fuck. Act as if we're the only side that's lost as favourites against a side with a bunch of kids in their side.
Are we favourites this week?
Yep. And we should be.
There you go.
We should be.
Yep.
Their backline still looks pretty good to me if it rolls out. If Arthurs and
Staggs
and that play, like Tony Staggs, what a beast, man. What a beast. I think he should be, right now, I think he's the form centre in the game.
I think Herbie's playing well. I still think ahead of him. I feel at the moment. I still think Staggs has a few too many errors in his game.
Yeah, but he's a winner. He scores tries he shouldn't score, man.
Yeah.
So many of them. And this year I've loved his defence. I've loved his defence this year. He's become a real 150 games. He's had some big moments, man. Like her. We're talking about, you know, a little between the Crichtons and the Herbies and the Staggses and stuff. Latrell.
Even Casey's been even Casey's been playing really well up to the Bulldogs game. Casey McLean, he's been on fire as well.
Yeah. And imagine how good he's going to be in 3 at 150 games. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All those new Penrith players are so young. Imagine how people going, oh, Talangi, sack him now. Sack McLean, they were shit. Put Jenkins in the New South Wales Origin team.
It looks like Carraz might have ruled himself out of Origin with this injury, so that might not be a bad thing for the Bulldogs, but not good for Carraz.
It might be a good thing for Carraz, though.
Yeah.
Because I think might have been on his mind a bit, and Gus sort of said he got out there and said Jacob's having the best preseason of his career and all this sort of stuff.
Been knocked about ever since.
Yep.
He's been playing injured for one. If it's not shoulder, it's knee. Now it's just one thing after the other. Ankle. It's always gone. But yeah, Brian, thanks, buddy.
That's it. Yeah, we are the most passionate, but being the most passionate, yeah, whatever, man. Like, I don't think a lot of our fans will ever understand. And look, when we all win the grand final, no one's going to give a fuck. We're all going to love each other, and the club and the players won't care about the prima donnas who went and lambasted them publicly and, said they were shit when they win a comp. They're not going to care. They're just they're going to have a great time. And that's what it's all about. I was there in 98 outside the Leagues Club, man. Like, when we beat Para. What a fucking day that was.
Yep.
With 10 minutes to go, we had people saying that Steve Folkes was a shit coach.
I might have seen you there without realising you were there.
That's it. Like, and I look at that Para team though and look at even the names in it and I go, fuck, they overachieved.
Paul Carriage.
I still reckon we paid him.
Yeah. Or he bet against himself or something. I've never seen so many brain explosions in
Peter Sterling in the commentary box when that's happening.
God. Oh my God. If you guys want to complain about a player, go and watch that performance before you complain about our team, guys. Come on.
That's it.
Curran's played way more great games and played bad. That's right.
Yeah. Harry's just passionate, mate. He loves the Bulldogs. He loves winning.
We are all
and like most dog fans, we quickly forget when
we're all burning until we get our next win, guys. Come on, it's in there. With that
Curran's first grade international quality. I love Josh Curran, man. I love him. One of the best signings to our club. But every time we lose, Josh Curran has been on the downward spiral ever since last year. Anyway, I get so butthurt by people saying negative things about my players in our club. I just do.
Yeah.
I need to be more resilient. I need to be stronger.
Toughen up, mate. Toughen up. You'll be all right. Montoya to score a brace. Get on it. Whoa. There you go.
That's it, Matty. Fuck. Matty, I'm going to subscribe to you, give you some money in a minute.
Based on the kennel, Cyril should have moved to Mexico.
He's on my soil. Sorry.
Oh, did you put their photos up as well? Did you, Matty? Oh, is that who the guys? I didn't see who was up. Who was on stage today at the kennel? There you go. He's put the photos up as well.
Oh, there they are, the four, and there's Dibbo.
Sorry, there's one hell of a difference between being passionate and downright idiotic and disrespectful. That's right, Brian. Well said, mate.
Go to the next one. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, Mike, I watched that grand final at Campbelltown. We were up 12,
10.
I think 12, 10 at half time. We were the better side too.
Steve Price scored, yeah.
I was like, I don't know, how old was I back then? I was 21. There was this 15-year-old kid going for the Broncos who started giving me shit at the party. I said, let's go shoot some hoops after the game. The old elbow, you know, with the ball off the fucking rebound, bang like that, you know. Sorry, mates. I didn't mean it. I was just getting the rebound. I was just trying to do a Dennis Rodman, you know. Anyway, lest we forget, Matty. That's it. Lest we forget. He's a freak. He's a messiah. Andy Sage. Whenever I burn my toast, I blame Galvin. It's the Galvin effect, mate.
That's it. That's it. What's Katoni done now? A liability if he plays.
Stags. Well, he had that foot strain during the game last week and he went all right. I reckon it's something that he just needle up and he'll get through it. Jordan Ricky's been dealing with a problem as well. He's injured and Jesse's got that calf issue. So I'll tell you who's playing well. That Ben Tolte's a bit of not a bad player. He goes good. The Broncos boy. Anyway. I want to swing from the chandeliers.
Okay, I think we've just lost everyone now.
$30 more. I'll play as a song. Which song?
Matty said he was good for 10 on the PID. I'm not sure if you figured it out yet.
What's that?
I think
what was that?
Matty was saying that he was good for $10 on the PID. I'm not sure if he figured it out.
Matty.
You heard
Matty
me?
Warren.
You heard me?
I'll have a check.
Yeah, just check. I'm not sure if he figured it out. Copy the number, Matty, and then I think go into your bank and then just select like you want to do a BPay or just pay someone. Type in the number. Put the number in that Michael's put on there, and then you'll find that it'll just. What does it put your name, Michael Jeffries, or what does it do when they do that?
Yeah, it'll know by the phone number, and then
it'll put his name, and then you can just do the money there. It'll just be a straight transfer from your bank.
Blue. Is it mom and dad?
So Bulldogs have played. So D hasn't come up with any stats today.
He probably did. I didn't even fucking check.
We've played.
It's been a tough day today, guys.
We've played 32 times. 32 times in Brisbane. Broncos have won 22. We've won 10.
I've had 3 missed calls from a private number since I've been on here, so I'm probably getting trolled.
Maybe that. Yeah.
If you're going to call, guys, make sure you leave your number on there. All right?
Yeah.
And if it ain't positive, don't say it. But that's what these motherfuckers like to do. Oh, here we go. Dave has sent the stuff.
At Suncorp, you got his stats. 20 games at Suncorp. 13-7 to the Broncos at Suncorp.
I'm going to get these out to you in a second, guys. Brisbane have won 8 of the last 10 games against the Bulldogs.
Hey, mate, no more singing, mate. Someone's going to pull their money back if you keep singing, apparently. Brian. Hey, Mike. Mike drop.
Put another 15 in. Bloody hell, Mike. Thank you, brother.
You should be getting close now, mate, to the draw.
Yep, we're $5 off. And if
$5 off, guys. That's unless Brian takes his $10 back for your singing, mate. So we'll hear another tune, mate. What's Mike saying? If we win on Friday, I want to see a party in Caxton Street like in 2024 with the Bulldogs.
Oh, mate. Gas might even drink alcohol if we win. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I'll have some cranberry juice, guys. I'll be right.
Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it, mate. Mike supports us on about 3 different platforms.
Thanks,
it's
Mike.
unbelievable. Oh, Brian's throwing in that other 5. Andy counts Galvins. I'm going to go through these stats, guys. Brisbane have won 8 of the last 10 against the Doggies.
Ooh.
Bulldogs versus Brisbane in the last 5 matches, the combined teams total has not gone under 40 points. Wow. So high scoring matches. Both Montoya and Billy Walters have scored tries in the last 2 clashes. Billy Walters isn't there this time.
That's right.
Burton has kicked 14 from 19 against the Bronx. Might be Critter kicking, though, I would suggest. Carrazza, so we might see Burton do more kicks against the Broncos this week. Carrazza scored a try in 4 of the 6 games played, and he won't be there, unfortunately. The Bulldogs have scored 20-plus points in every game this year, the week following a loss. Brisbane in 2026, Stags have scored a try in 5 of their 7 games, and both Talty and Karapani have both scored a try in their last 2 games this year. Thank you so much, guys. Now,
yes, mate, he was a legend. All you kids, look at what folks he did.
Yep. Couple of nice. I've got an article on Dogfather Media on Steve Folks, and we had another article this week, and it's also on Zero Tackle. Was released today. Essentially, backing up, is it now time for Cameron Serraldo to back some of these young backs and juniors?
Yep.
Are we getting to that time where those like Sewer and Rennie Karma and Jethro are basically put into the side and given that opportunity to shine? Well, they're both there. They're both going to be a part of that team, whether on the 6-man bench for Jethro. Obviously, Chance Montoya might be put onto the bench, but I doubt it. I think he'll get another opportunity, and I back that opportunity. But let's share this screen. So here it is, guys. And basically, I've just talked about a lot of stuff that's happened. You know, us fans, a lot of fans have questioned the decisions made by the coach, and that's fair enough. It's fair enough to question. It's fair enough to say, why did we do that? We lost. Doesn't seem like the right move. Blah blah blah. But the coaching staff backed the effort. They backed Curran's defensive mindset, his understanding of the system, and they saw value getting minutes into his legs, knowing he will be required as part of that forward rotation and potentially to start on an edge in replace of a player like Jacob Preston in the coming weeks. Intention seemed to be clear. It was about building his fitness as well. But look, it was like he was on a hiding to nothing. I don't disagree with that. But they trusted him. That's what they lent on. Didn't work out. He made a shitload of errors. That whole edge was pretty bad most of the day. They conceded 2 tries on that edge. That was sort of the only sort of tries where they broke us. Montoya got stood up. But look, this doesn't fall solely on the one player. Obviously, Carraz suffering that MCL gives Sewer his opportunity. Sewer showed us exactly why we probably thought he should have been the guy to stand up. I think he proved that, and he's been rewarded to replace Carraz this week on the wing, on that left wing, and either Critter or Cherry will line up beside him on that left wing. Maybe they stick with that this week because the last couple of weeks they have been playing Cherry on the left. They're familiar with that. It's been working. They've done really well on that side. They got 4 tries down that left edge on the weekend as well. So it would make sense. But you've also got that other thing that the original plan was Critter on the left. The original plan would also mean that you've got a bit of a rookie in Sewer next to Critter. Might be better for us defensively as well if they're together. And they played pretty well together on, that trial match against Newcastle, as we saw some remember that kick back inside for Burton from Sewer, which was brilliant. And the silky passes from Critter to Sewer. Mm-hmm. So you can understand the coach sort of going, that looked pretty nice. That looked pretty cool. Obviously, Newcastle were just having a warm up and a tune up, and that's what we were doing as well. But look, our coach and staff, this is what Gas was saying, looking at the broader picture, the match fitness is our physical conditions, defensive reliability over extended minutes, and the demands of a system all factor in to those decisions. I had Pete, I was talking about Sewer potentially coming in as the guy a few weeks ago that'll be sitting on the bench because they rotate those guys around, right, on that 6-man bench. And he said, well, I can't see Sewer being named on the 6-man bench because he can barely friggin' walk from what I can see. And he's been heavily strapped every single game. So maybe that was something else that they were looking at or worried about. But yet again, he was there as that 6-man option. So obviously he was all right. And they were confident enough that he would be able to come in and do a job. But at least we know he proved to us, and obviously you'd think has proven to the coach. Well, obviously because he's been selected. So this was done before Team Tuesday. It's sort of gone the way we thought. There was a possibility that potentially, Montoya might be dropped, but I just believe that he'd get another opportunity, which is quite normal for experienced players after they have a couple of bad games. This early in a season, they start chopping and changing things. Like if we lose again, I think the hammer will swing or it'll be getting very close. Also mentioned here, Logan Spinks and Alex Conti has sort of been 2 of the players doing really well in New South Wales Cup. And that's what you're looking for when looking at kids potentially to ascend later on. But trust is the central factor here. And, the decisions that follow will shape how quickly the next group of players move from potential to regular first graders. And the Bulldogs are building towards sustained success, and every selection feeds into that process. So there you go, guys. That's an article we've done. It's got thousands of views on Zero and also on that website, which is really good. Very happy with that. Zero Tackle's got a lot of Bulldogs content. Kurt Mann reveals his, a lot of the stuff they do is just doing articles based off what's said in press conferences and shit like that. But pretty good stuff. Any thoughts on that, Gas?
No, it's a good article, mate. It encapsulates everything that we're looking at the moment and what we need. So there's going to come a time when Seraldo needs to make those decisions about giving, blooding those guys. You can only sometimes do so much to get them ready. And sometimes you've got to lose those players before they even get ready. There's that sort of now everybody wants the me now situation where they want to be playing, they want to do. And some of those managers are very convincing and stuff. So he's going to have to make those decisions, get those guys in and start giving them a chance, especially if he feels like they will contribute and then backing them in the team. When you've got a strong team there, you can blood one or two guys in there and still keep building around them, and the guys will carry them until they're, and hopefully sometimes they hit the ground running. So that's what you hope. But, I think it'll be good for everyone if Sua has another good game and just gives us some more stability. But we have said it all season, guys, and even in the off-season, we have been lighter on the back line. Coming through into the season than we have been in the past. So now that Jethro's back from injury, even Sua's been injured a bit here and there, and we've got a lot of players playing out of position, even in the cup, like Jed Reardon, etc., like Michael was saying before. So, it's going to be – we don't have that huge amount ready to go at the moment, but it's up to us to get them ready, and by giving them a shot, we can get them a bit more faster in that position. So when Jethro did play last year, he did play well. So if he does get his opportunity again this year, he won't let us down. So are you setting up the draw, mate? Have we got a draw ready or not yet?
Oh, look, we've
there's
we'll
another
draw.
There's another contribution there, mate, from someone that you might know.
Who's that? Oh, thank you, Harry.
Thanks,
Love
Haz.
you, brother. And you go into the draw, my friend.
Oh, into the draw, Harry. Is he a member or what?
Harry's going to win.
Does he get a bonus ticket? Is he a member?
He's not a member. He doesn't. He's going one ticket in.
One ticket. You got time, Harry, to jump in and become a member, mate. Get a bonus ticket. And if Harry wins, he has to get something from the team store, mate. There's no exchanges. Has to be from the team store for Harry, mate.
No, if Harry wins, he's got to go to Cameron Seraldo and say sorry for doubting him. If Harry wins,
Timmy's on him as well.
Love you, Harry, mate. Love you, brother.
I'm not sure if Rhett's come on tonight. I haven't seen him on there. I do apologise, Rhett. I meant to let you know the other day when I was at Combank, so we can say hello. But mate, I got too caught up. I completely forgot. That's on me, mate. I had Timmy chasing me. Timmy, sorry, mate. I wasn't sure if you found out where I was, mate. But all good, mate. All good. It's not our home game, mate, so we get ourselves adjusted into these Combank. It is a good stadium to watch footy from, though, guys. Nosebleed seats, they just go straight up crazy. Reminds me of the old Accor, Stadium Australia when they had the ends. When we used to walk up those ends, it was just horrific. When you're walking down, you had to be super careful. Otherwise, you'd fall for an hour. But did you stay for the whole cup game, Timmy?
So I've got to look at who we got going, brother.
Yeah, mate. You sort it out, mate. No worries.
We got Tony.
So check your pay IDs as well. Brian's done 10. I think then he done another 5. You got Zreg. You got Mike's done 30. Showy the money has done 10.
Showy the money. Showy the money. So we got Ryan. Harry. Keep talking, bro.
No, you're right, mate. Just going through here. So You stayed for the first 10. All good, mate. No worries.
Well, it was Tony Bryan. So
all good, mate. No trains running on Sunday. Sorry, Timmy. So who's going to Brisbane this week, guys? Anyone going, or everyone got their favourite spot to sit there and watch the game? It's going to be redemption time, guys. Redemption time. Back in the winner's circle. Just put the new poll up, guys, if you want to answer 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, Lucas.
All good in the hood. Still, guys, plenty of good stuff to come from this week, guys. Leo's second game, looking forward to that. Second time out there, a bit more confidence. He'll have a point to prove. It would have been good just to get through that first game as well, and hopefully he has a good week at training. It'll be good confidence for him to go out second week and go a little bit harder. Sometimes you're scared to go too hard. You don't want to do that same injury again. But he looked like he was running pretty smoothly out there. You'll find if he starts to poke his nose through the line, get a few offloads away, or just hit hard in defence, the team will rally behind him, guys. It'll just pick us up. It'll be good having a player like that. Timmy, Cowboys game, that's the next one. Yep. Prize today is going to be a $40 voucher if you're in Sydney and we can get it to you. Otherwise, it might be $30 with $10 of transportation costs, delivery fees, yeah. So there's a lot of great stuff at the Bulldog store. I was in there again the other day. They've got so many things, and you could do a lot with $40, actually. It's actually pretty good. You can grab a lot of little bits and pieces. Otherwise, one of the guys the other day used the $40 towards a new jersey. So, Timmy, Dogs playing Dolphins on the 7th of May at Dolphin Stadium. No, I think we're playing at Suncorp. Bulldogs play at Suncorp. They don't play at Dolphins this year. They play at Suncorp 3 times. And, on the 7th of May. Brian's just sent his 5 as promised, mate, so you should have that in your pay ID.
All right, beautiful. As you've done extra, you get an extra ticket. Mike was he gets 4 tickets. He did 2 big contributions, plus he's doing 2 monthly. So it's he's not doing it, so he wins. He's doing
There's an extra ticket. There's an extra ticket there for you there, mate. Mike Cool dropped the $1 in for you.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Much appreciated, brother. We'll throw $1 in for Mike. Mike's been a long time contributor to the channel.
Thanks, Mike.
And he's only just out of high school. So we really appreciate it, brother.
Work hard and be good to your mother. Is that what the old Dougie, mate, we used to watch when we were young? Probably a bit before your time, mate. Used to be an old Pizza Hut commercial. The guy said, "What about a tip?" He goes, "Be good to your mother."
Just a heads up too, guys. Just got contacted by someone who's supporting us on Buy Me a Coffee. And he's going to just start doing pay IDs. Tim, he actually used to play in a Jersey flag side and won a comp.
Wow.
So we might get him on one day. I'll have his full name when he comes on and stuff. Like, I know it. I won't share it yet. But, just get to reminisce a bit and learn a bit about what it was like with the Bulldogs. Coming through I actually get really interested knowing what it's like when you're in that sort of 2 grades down and you're coming through and you got all these talented guys around you, and then you got the first grade side in front. and how good they were traveling at the time, and be good just to hear about all that stuff, I reckon. So we'll get him on, hopefully. He said he'd be up for it. Wasn't why he contacted me. He just wanted to thank me and let me know that he loves what we do. From a player's perspective, he loves the support that we give players. And, we don't try and befriend the players or get them on here to talk to us or anything like that. We just let them be, but we support them and we don't try to bag the shit out of them, even though sometimes I feel like it. So don't worry, we're all the fucking same, but I'll just keep it in my pants as much as I can. That's it. Thank you, Mike. You're a bloody legend, mate.
Well done,
We have come a long way, and I do appreciate that, mate. It was funny because, Winston offered to help me get more views because he's trying to make a point that I do a lot of work and I don't get the return on the investment from the views and whatever else. And what he doesn't know is I used to hire a lot of people like him with media degrees and stuff like that. And, some of them were good. It's never been about the views, guys. It's about building this little community that rock up here every week and contribute and ask questions that help lots of people. It's great. And I've made some people that are just genuine mates of mine who I talk to every day now. It's like I didn't answer Joby today because I speak to Joby nearly every day. I told him yesterday, sometimes I get a bit fatigued talking footy all day because I got Gas ringing me, and then I'll ring Gas back, and then I'm ringing Joby back, and then you've got I've got Dave who I love talking to, and then Pete fits me in sometimes, so like didn't know any of these people until I'd started a YouTube channel, and it's bloody brilliant. It's just really good. So I'm very appreciative of knowing you all, and I've been chatting to Rhett and Bulldog Mike and Mike Wazza rang me up after the game the other day. Like, I love that stuff. It's just, we all love the Bulldogs. We all love the fucking Bulldogs. And that's...
You've got another contribution.
And sorry, and I've got to mention Timmy. We talk to Timmy a lot. Timmy shares me other stuff, not just Bulldog stuff.
Well,
shares me a lot of funny stuff.
He's just giving you another $2 via Buy Me a Coffee, mate.
Oh, thanks, Timmy. Much appreciated, brother. So I'll have to throw you in the draw. Timmy.
Chuck him in.
Timmy, you get... Sorry, mate. I might be able to move. Oh, can I move that up?
Come on, guys. It's drum roll time, fellas. Drum roll time.
Oh, shit. I just put 4 in there.
Get with the program, mate.
Thank you, Timmy. Unfortunately, you've got 2 next to each other, but that's all right. You got a big slice of the pie.
Thanks, Timmy.
Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. All right, guys. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts.
We're going to do this right now. We there?
Fire up, mate. Fire up.
We're going to start on Michael Wazza. In the wheel, coming spinner.
Lucas.
Has Lucas won anything before? I think he might have.
Don't think so.
Well done, Lucas.
Well
Put 20
done.
bucks
Well,
in the pay ID, and that'll be coming straight back to you, brother. Thank you so much, mate. And well done to you, Lucas. Sorry
thanks
about
everyone for the support as well.
yeah, big time. I sort of hope everyone wins at some point.
Share it around, boys.
Integrity is that we do it randomly. And I know some of you put more in than others and that, but we're about the community. Everyone does what they can do. And we appreciate the love and support. And cannot wait to meet some of you guys on the outside of our little box in here.
What's Andy got to say, mate?
Joining this community has been one of the best things I've done this year. It cheers me up each week talking, and it's great fun.
Love your work, mate.
Yeah. And honestly, guys, that's why I do it. The amount of beautiful messages that I've received from some pretty beautiful people. And the ones I love is when it's like, you know, it's giving people a new perspective on how to look at things, and that's it, you know. And I was there too. I was a critical little person at one point as well, but we're just trying to support this club and deal with what's in our control and let them deal with what's in their control. So that's it. All Things Positive. That's the new show. Look, I might have to do a segment, All Things Negative, just to show you guys that I do see some stuff that you might also see as well. I just don't talk about it too often. That's it, Brian. And thank you so much, mate. And I hope your niece loved the jersey, mate, that you won. And I am going to let you know, guys, that it will not be long, and we will be doing another jersey. Essentially, it's like a raffle almost these days, isn't it? So that's what we're going to do. And that's already been donated by our great friend Dave, or D, who does our stats for us. He's also done an absolutely brilliant little we come up with a song lyrics, and he got the right tune for Creepy Crawly, the hit song, and it is fucking hilarious, and the film clip is amazing. Not sure if we can show it or actually get it out there due to defamation. And anyone heard of the Human Centipede movie? Just imagine Buzz, Crawley, Andrew Webster, Braith.
Did you see the golf ball? Did you see the way that Braith was copying it a bit yesterday on the show? I don't know if you saw it a bit about the Dragons when they were telling Braith that press conference when they sacked Flanagan was basically directed at you at the end there, and Braith was like, "Oh, what about me?" And he sort of was a bit startled at the start and a bit defensive, and then he sort of warmed up a bit and then went back at them and called them pieces, weakest piss and all that other stuff. Yeah. But he was a bit taken aback at the start, his reaction. He was trying to sort of deflect it, and, you know.
Well, he had a crack at Flanagan because of Ilias.
Yep, that's right.
He spoke out of school, so he should have been criticised.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but being in the, I sort of agree with Brave's point that the bloke is from the media, so he should know that if St. George fans are angry about nepotism and all this sort of stuff, that they're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. The fans actually create the culture for the media to talk about, and it's just like this cycle of this shit cycle. Fans think this, media feeds them more of what they think, and then you have people divide and fighting about it, and then they have good cop, bad cop. And our sort of party in that, we're the good cops.
Yeah.
And we go against the bad cops, and it's all a show. But the difference is that I just don't want to see bad stuff come out of people raging on other people. It just pisses me off. Anyway, very good points around Braith, and the fact he's got Conti in our club. That's what I always say. Like, he talks about how great our halves academy is. And it's good for Conti to have players like Galvin in front of him and Woods and that around him. And Joey Tayalpa is just continually playing up a grade and looks like he's physically developing to the level you'd want to be a first grader. Then you got the Bronson Rubin and all these others coming through. It's like, where else would he want to be?
Yep.
I could see the Storm probably poaching Conti, unless the Dogs have got something to say about that. But I could see them, although I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if Peze left on the best of terms. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm pretty sure if the Dogs want to keep Connie and he progresses, maybe gets a development deal or a top 30 deal or something like that, I'm sure he will negotiate something similar to what Jonah had at the Storm, but we'll see.
I can see already Braith putting a highlights package of that last game already and sending that around to a few clubs, I reckon.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
You never know. They all got to, push their players' interests. You know what I mean? So
that's their job.
That's their job. That's what you're supposed to do as a manager. So
what they all hate Isaac Moses because he's too good at his fucking job. So
yeah.
But
I thought about that once, becoming a player manager.
Well, you should manage me first, mate, and then we'll see what happens. I think I'll end up managing you, though.
I'm trying to put my marketing stuff to use anyway.
Oh, mate, you've got a lot of talents, trust me. Mike, Timmy says Bulldogs 37, Broncos 18, Andy 30 to 18. We're going to shut them out. $28-4 Bulldogs. Let's go. Let's go. And then everyone will say, attack was shit against the substandard Broncos.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'll take any win in Suncorp, guys. It'll make the drive home a lot more pleasant, guys. Come on.
Fucking oath. My daughter thinks that she's cursed seeing the Bulldogs and the Broncos. She's just like she's literally cried at Suncorp Stadium a couple of times, and one day a lady gave her a Bulldog scarf to me daughter because she was just to try and make her feel all right,
Yeah.
And obviously during COVID, we lost pretty much every game up here, and the one game we didn't go to, we won. So
there we go, mate. Matt's going to sort it out, mate. He's delegating the responsibility to his daughter. There you go.
There you go, Matty.
That's how it works these days, mate.
She can become a member as well, Matty.
Us dinosaurs, Matt.
All right, people. 3 hours. 3 hours has gone pretty bloody quickly. I tell you that much.
All good.
Thanks, everyone, for tonight.
Tuesday's gone. Wednesday's almost there. Before you know it, we're cracking through Thursday, and then bang, Friday is game day. Come on, bring it on. Who's the game? Who's the other games before us this week? Who's playing Thursday? Who's keeping us alive on Thursday? Tigers and Raiders. That'll be a good game.
Oh, that'll be a good game, bloody hell.
And then Cowboys and Sharks. Didn't they play a semi-final a couple of years ago? That was a high-scoring game that the Cowboys might have pipped the Sharks on. Harry, that's it. Aki, back to school tomorrow, guys. Good night, mate.
Broncos by 40.
That's-
Thanks, Harry.
Harry.
No, look, he's just trying to make sure he doesn't.
He feels
He's trying to
better
give
like
himself.
Is that going to help you sleep tonight, Harry?
He's let's go.
Harry, it's almost fudge out of time, mate. What are you doing? You can't sleep now. That's it. You got to stay awake.
No, he's trying to make him. He's trying to lower his expectations so he can be surprised.
Oh my god.
Critter and Sewer on the left edge scored fucking 4 tries each. There you go.
Expect a loss to get a win. There you go.
That's it, brother.
Mike,
Right, much love to you, brother.
10. No worries.
Oh, Timmy's got his tips in, mate. Mate, we're not the Kennel NRL show on a
No, we're
Tuesday
not
night
the
live,
tips,
bro. We don't give a fuck.
No, we're at the tips, Timmy.
Sorry, Timmy. I'm so straight with Tim. I love it. You're my favourite, Timmy.
Enjoy the that's no
We're
worries,
due for a
Mike.
win, bro. Due for a win.
That's it.
Due for a win. We're due.
Enjoy the Anzac weekend.
That's it.
What's Mike say? Did Harry say Penrith were going to beat us by 50? If so, then the Dogs are winning 100%. Wee.
Oh, Harry knew that. That's why he did it. That's why he did it. He
That's
wants
it.
us to win that badly. He's
That's
going to
it.
tip him by 40.
Did you go to watch him play at Stadium? Did you watch the game against Penrith, Harry? Were you there?
I don't think he was.
23,984 loyal fans.
Hey.
Thanks, buddy.
The drunk bulldog. On Mike's thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's a bit slurred.
Harry doesn't drink. There's something about Mary and Harry. There he is. All right, lads.
All right,
Great night
guys.
tonight.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Lucas
you,
gets
Ball
a
Thank you,
beautiful
Linesman.
voucher. We'll get that sorted. And I can't wait for the Cowboys game.
Well,
Can't
let's
wait.
talk about that after we beat Brisbane, Timmy.
Reed Marnie, come home. There we go.
He'll be wishing he's still concussed, don't worry. Anyway.
He seems to struggle against the old sides he played for too. He gets a bit emotional,
That's good.
old Reed. All right, people. Thanks everyone who's listening on
See you guys.
all the platforms. Make sure you go and like wherever you watch this from. Subscribe, share, whatever you want to bloody do, because I need the views. Because that's what it's all about. Okay.
Yeah.
And if maybe I'll need to get Winston to help me. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, guys, if you want to follow me as well, don't break the fence. Yeah, always happy to jump on as well, guys.
Mate, don't promote your shit on my... Oh, there it is there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it takes my banner. Then he tell me not to talk about my shit. Yeah, thanks, mate.
Mate, you're a sponsor of the show. You're a sponsor,
Thanks,
bro.
mate.
You're a sponsor.
Thanks,
Boom
mate.
shakalaka. That's it. Yeah, Harry, I want to see some great commentary of our tries this week in a big package of just you just going absolutely nuts and the police turning up to your house going, fuck, we're sick of turning up here, Harry. Did the Bulldogs win, did they? Or did they lose? What happened? That's what we want to see, Harry.
We need to break Suncorp, Harry.
That's it. Got to beat. All right, I'm going, guys. We are blue and white, and we're fucking dynamite. That's right. Let's go. Go the
See
Dogs.
you guys. Go the doggies.
Stick around for Prestomania, the hits.
Lost in darkness, the Bulldogs lost their way. Losing everything and forgot how to play. Along came a kid with long blonde hair. His name is Jeff Preston, do not despair. Doggies fans, are you ready? Ready? Yes, we are ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Prestomania, ready and This boys hurt us as we hang our heads in shame. Des indeed left us without a blue sky, and more scapegoats to blame, but the rival of Presto and a new hungry Bulldogs breed will leave these nightmare memories for dust as they look for opponents to meet. Doggies fans, are you ready? We're ready, yes we are ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Prestomania, mania, mania. Prestomania, mania, mania, mania. Prestomania, mania, mania. He came in 2023. He won all the wars and embarrassed the frauds of free, tackling until his last breath, running harder than much bigger men. Prestomania has led the way. Prestomania is here.